of the regular season is officially here. The 11-4 Bombers, the 11-4 Lions, the top two teams in the West going head-to-head in BC.
VA all day. You know, Vernon said he doesn't want to put too much into this game, but he recognizes just how big this game is, and I think we all looking forward to see what VA does. He's had a great year.
With 15 yards passing, Zach will bump into the top 20 in the Canadian Football League in passing, guys. Hell of accomplishment for the reigning MVP.
And speaking of MVP, some say Zach is the MVP of the Bombers. Others argue and say it's this man, Brady O, who leads the league in rushing yards, have 7 games over 100. Can he get it done tonight? Or will these BC Lions be able to stop?
Well, let's stick with the awards theme, shall we? What about Defensive Player of the Year? Potentially this man, Matthew Betts, leading the league with 15 sacks on the season, looking to get to Zach tonight. Colaros, by the way, back in week 9, 369 yards, 3 TDs. They were 2 lopsided victories, one for BC and then one for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. We have been looking forward to this game, to say the least, all week long since it was on the calendar, and now the fact that they're tied atop the West, it really doesn't get any better than this, does it? Milt, there are so many storylines going into this game. We could look at the MOP race, you could look at the defenses, you could look at the running game. The list goes on and on.
Home field advantage.
Exactly.
Yep.
What are you watching for?
I'm watching VA. I'm watching VA, as I've been mentioning all day long. The biggest game of his CFL career. He has so many opportunities to make so many things happen. Most important, exactly, is winning this game and getting his team in a position to win the West. One game, if you win the West and you get into the Grey Cup, that's easy. But also, I'm sure he wants to be the MOP. He talked about this is just another game. It's not another game, VA, and you know that. This is a great opportunity for you to get that monkey off your back. I've been one of those guys who are saying you could be the most dynamic player in this league. I just need to see some consistency. This is the game where you can say, I'm one of the best players in this league, and I'm going to come out of that shell and say, let's get it done.
You know, what I want to think about tonight is the turnover margin. Zach's got 8 interceptions in his last 5 starts, guys. That's got to clean up. When they lost the first time they played him, they had 4. They were -4 in turnover margin. When they turned around and got the win, they were +3 in turnover margin. That's going to be really important. The other thing is the sacks. It's amazing. BC got 7 sacks when they won their game. When Winnipeg beat them, 0 sacks for Winnipeg. So it's very interesting, like you said off the top, Kate, that both teams kind of dominated when they had their opportunities. But those are things I'm looking for tonight, Dave.
Yeah, I'm looking at TJ Lee and Marcus Sales, and nobody does a better job from an offensive standpoint, slot backs Nick Dembski and Dalton Schoen, of running away from leverage. And that's what Winnipeg does so well. They run the ball on early downs or on first down. They run the ball, try to get you a man-to-man coverage, and those 2 guys in the slots in particular do a better job than anybody running away from leverage. Let's see if BC can win on first down, and then when they get in those second downs, can they stay outside? Can they handle those slot backs? Because, look, we know those are the most athletic guys. but they do a great job of getting you out of leverage and running away from that leverage, and those big plays will be key.
And both teams are the best deep ball passers in the CFL. Winnipeg's so efficient because they run the ball so well. Then all of a sudden, here comes a huge play-action shot when they're playing man. But I'm looking forward to the return of Janarian Grant.
I was just about to say that, Coach.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take your line.
I said it earlier. I was going to say it, Coach.
You have something else written down?
No, I wanted to say that. Go ahead. You can talk about it. You can talk about it. Go ahead. You can talk about it.
The Rutgers kid has done an outstanding job. Like, I know the guys in Winnipeg had a story where they drew up, Derek Taylor drew up just a squiggly line and said, there he is. He's running for 120 yards. I thought that was pretty funny today. Let's see if he can do what he does, the magic he brings to the game.
If I'm defensive coordinator Ryan Phillips, I'm going to make Zach Collaros beat me. I'm not going to allow Brady Oliveira and that offensive line to get going. I'm going to take my chances on saying, okay, we're going to stop the run game. Zach, it may force us to do some one-on-one covering, but I'm going to allow Zach to say, that's going to be the guy to beat me. It's not going to be Brady on that offensive line because they get going, and it's going to be difficult. We talk about how small BC is up front. They're very athletic, but they're small. If those offensive linemen can get some hands on them and you got a big running back like Brady-O and those defensive backs have to tackle him, that's not going to be a good day. That's not going to be a good day.
Let's keep an eye on that size up front because they are extremely small. It hasn't been talked about a lot. Let's see how, in a game of this much importance, we say sometimes the thing you might not expose early in the season, but a game like this, you might try to attack it. Let's see if Winnipeg attacks the size up front of BC.
And I would say be careful what you wish for because I think in that second game, that's what they said.
The big plays, that's true.
Zach
that's
threw
true.
for 447
I'm going to take my chances again. I'm going to take my chances again.
That was a 50-burger in that game. You know what? I am beyond excited for this game. It'll be interesting, too, with Winnipeg. I mean, they've been playing up to their opponents and also down to their opponents. They've been way better at home than on the road, but we know what's happened in this series so far. Which way is it going to go? We will find out, and we will send you to BC right after this.
I'm going to expect to see that vengeance again in the third meeting between them.
One-on-one! Oh, my goodness! Get out of here, Kenny Lawler! A one-handed special from 89! Down the field, wide open! How does he get that wide open? It's Hollins again! Touchdown, BC! This is why you love Canadian football, right here.
Beautiful night here in Vancouver. Over 20 degrees the last couple of days, but we are inside for what should be the game of the year. And I'm at the game of the year in the CFL was supposed to be last week, but the Toronto Argos had other ideas, so we fast forward many of the storylines to this week. You and I are pretty pumped to be doing this one, especially getting the chance to talk about the two leading MOP candidates at quarterback in the West.
Yeah, pinch me. You know, this is phenomenal. And so has this guy been all season long since coming to Blue Bomber in 2019. Zach, there it is, 37-8, just phenomenal. Those are crazy numbers. And on the other side, Vernon Adams, who is simply just dialed in Jordan McSimick's offense. And I really believe that he's got a lot to prove here tonight. Just settle down, do what he can do, and that's push the ball down the field.
Rick Campbell, meanwhile, has assured his team that the Grey Cup will not be awarded tonight. He knows there's work ahead, but also not hiding from the fact that there's a lot at stake in this one. Mike O'Shea has taken the same approach. He knows, having gone to the Grey Cup before, this takes time. There's more than just one game involved, but his players know what's at stake, and he knows the advantages of having home field advantage for the Western Final. Terry Williams, who really has come to life the last few weeks. We saw that 120-yard return against Ottawa. He'll take the opening kickoff to get this one started.
You got to know that he feels Janarian Grant's presence for Winnipeg, and he hasn't even stepped on the field. A lot to prove for Terry Williams that he belongs in the category of one of the best returners in the Canadian Football League, along with Janarian Grant.
2,006 return yards combined so far this season. He takes it at his own 8, crosses the 20, stays in the right before he is brought down around the 25-yard line, but a couple of Bombers, including Kelly.
Yeah, Vernon Adams, just such a talent, such a fun player to watch because he can do it all. You heard Paul LaPolice on the panel talk about him being explosive. Just loves to push the football down the field. Certainly has the tools to do it too. That offensive line, they're going to be tested by one of the best defensive lines in the front of the Canadian Football League. Winnipeg Blue Bombers bringing some pressure.
BC starts with 4 to the left. Two men in motion to the right. A quick throw. Receiver goes down. That's Dom Rhymes, but manages to keep his feet and get a positive gain on first down.
Yeah. VA balls out. Rhymes was slipping. And, yeah, Vic Suk-Chung's back in the lineup after a little week's hiatus. He's glad to have him back against a very tough defensive line, like I talked about. Tough offensive lineman to mess around with. Keon Hatch has just been unbelievable this year, doing everything for VA. They can get that guy going. Smoke. Taekwon Mizell will help their cause tonight.
2nd and 10 for BC from their own 33-yard line. The quick fake. VA's got to pull it down. Now he's scrambling. Finds Javon Katoy. Breaks the first tackle. Brandon Alexander brings him down when he crosses BC's 50.
That was just a sick throw right there by VA. Pressure in his face. Calmly slid to his right. Dropped his elbow and his release point. Just darted a football that had no business of being thrown. Just an incredible play by Vernon Adams. Just absolutely lighting it up here early.
And Adams loves this when they go tempo. They're doing that here. 1st and 10. Winnipeg shows pressure. Adams has time. He's looking deep. Lucky Whitehead gets behind coverage. Can't make the catch. Jamal Parker getting the start at the field side corner is there to make the play as a couple of lucky sevens go head to head.
Yeah, and this ball's right there, but watch him do his thing here. Just gonna get on his horse, and then Jamal Parker, you know, he's right in his hip pocket. This play, he didn't get his ball on. He didn't get his hand on the ball. The ball was in Lucky's hands, but he pulled his arm down. Didn't allow Lucky to pull it in. Tremendous deep ball, an opportunity there for BC off the hop.
Going to be hard to miss Lucky tonight with those pink gloves along with the pink spat. VA also in pink here on 2nd and 10. 3-man pressure for the Bombers. VA steps up, finds Keon Hatcher for the first down across midfield at the 45-yard line. Hatcher with his 24th second down reception of the season.
I've seen some balls that are coming out extremely hard right now and accurate by Vernon Adams, which means he's confident. He's seeing the field well. And, boy, he just darts it in right over the top of Adam Bighill's shoulder. Doesn't know it's there, and the ball's on Hatcher, moving the sticks.
Good drive thus far for VA and the Lions offense. This time, the bubble screen to Lucky Whitehead. Not much doing there. Maybe a yard, maybe no gain. Evan Holm there to make the tackle along with Adam Bighill.
Yeah, take a look at this Winnipeg defense. It's on their heels in this first drive by BC, and Jefferson's already complaining to the refs. He's been holed out there. Why not get their attention? See if you get a little help from the guys in the stripes. And Adam Bighill, 68 tackles on the season, and just doing everything for as he typically does in the middle of that defense. On the back end, you got Parker in for DeMario Houston. Those are big shoes to fill. Already doing a nice job there.
BC converted the last 2nd and 10. We'll see what they come up with here. Adam Bighill showing blitz. VA has an open receiver. Alexander Hollins inside the 30-yard line. BC converts again.
Yeah, and a really nice job. But no run game, just passing the football down the football field. And Vernon Adams got all day to throw this football. No pressure on number 3. Just watch him. He's just standing back there waiting for things to develop. Nice job of picking things up. Sticks it on the money, moving the sticks. Good-looking drive out of the gate here. Vernon Adams looks like he's settled in early. 5 of 6 already in this first quarter.
1st and 10 at the Winnipeg 29 for BC. Receivers go in motion. Whitehead and Hatcher to the left. A quick fake. This time the pump fake. He's looking deep for Dom Rhymes. Parker again in coverage, and the ball sails out of bounds.
Yes, sails is the right word, Barhead. I thought that the big screen might have come into play on that one, but VA knew he had to get rid of the ball early. It was a little hitch fake, trying to fake on this quick hitch screen, and he put this ball up, and I really think it was difficult for Dom to track that, and VA's didn't like his effort there, giving his receiver, big play receiver, an opportunity. So we're on the same page there. That was more of a long time for that play to develop.
You can see twice now they've gone after Parker. That time with the 6'4" Rhymes. More time. Again, this time the ball deflected and incomplete. Looks like Willie Jefferson with the deflection. If it is Willie, that's his 12th CFL leading pass deflection of the season.
Yeah, it's just absolutely phenomenal how this guy affects and outcome of ball games. And coming on your right hand of your screen, stunts in the middle, gets right in front of VA, and that's not a good thing for a quarterback that's just 5'11". Got 6'7" standing in front of you with outstretched arms. That's not going to go anywhere. That's just 12. It's crazy. He just does it all the time. He affects the game in so many different ways.
Yeah, he's got that 8-game streak without a sack. And Sean White with the 36-yard field goal to put BC on the board. When we come back, the two-time defending MOP will take to the field here in BC. That is Wade Miller and Dwayne Veneux, the two team presidents, serving turkey to the fans before the game as we get Thanksgiving weekend started. If they were really good about this, if they were doing their job, they'd be bringing some up here to us.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm surprised you're cutting anything with that electric knife. Yeah. Dwayne just getting after it, butchering that turkey, poor thing.
Oh, my goodness.
Looks like Wade had the upper hand on that one. His was half gone, and Dwayne was just getting started.
Yeah, they're calling this the gravy bowl. Meanwhile, the quick pass out here to Kenny Lawler to get things started. Low, but he makes the catch and picks up 4 yards on first down.
Yeah, these are typical Zach close numbers. Just phenomenal this time of year, closing in on 4,000. Just pretty much the same as VA's, you know, just a couple more TDs, a few less interceptions, a few less yards as well. Both offenses are certainly explosive. Zach can do it all. I think he's got a better run game, that's for sure, he can lean on.
Yeah, and certainly a very good offensive line he can also lean on here on 2nd and 6. This time it is Dalton Schoen with the reception, crosses midfield, gets inside the 45 before being brought down by Quincy Moget.
Yeah, how do you forget about this guy? He's just going to go up there and find a soft spot. Watch what he does here. He's just going to kind of come up here and kick it back out. Sit down in that soft zone there. And then he gets some valuable yards, moving the ball on the BC side of the football field already after 2 plays.
Shown with his 30th second down reception. Looks like we have some early movement here. Let's see who they call it on.
Point fest going on real quick here early.
Tim Croker, our official for this game. Both sides pretty amped up, you'd think, right about now.
You would think. Lots on the line here. I'm really thinking that you win this one, win one other, and you clinch, and then you get a...
Winnipeg number 68.
Wow.
5-yard penalty. I mean, it's like a first down.
Jeff Gray.
Yeah, Jeff Gray with the procedure. We mentioned earlier the Bombers welcoming a new starter to their offensive line for just the 2nd game this season, as Tui Ellie will play the right guard spot in place of Patty Neufeld, who is out tonight due to family reasons.
Nice time to get another start for Tui, local product from Richmond, BC.
Brady Oliveira with his first carry makes a man miss. That was Betts who he shook. Gain of about 4 yards to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, how about that? Second and 15, you give it a draw and you get 10. Yeah, we talked about Tui, local kid, making the start for Patty, who couldn't make the trip for some personal reasons, sat back home. Brady Oliveira just doing his thing, just leading the league by a couple hundred yards rushing the football. Dalton Schoen, excited to watch this kid in person. He's been making it happen like the season. That only his 2nd year as a Bomber, continuing to have early success, off the chart type of success.
Top 2 offenses in the CFL, so you'd expect them to move the ball well, which they have. 2nd and 6. BC gets some pressure. Zach gets it away, and it falls incomplete at the 10-yard line. Galeras with his first incompletion of the afternoon.
Yeah, and to me, this is kind of unusual, you know, forcing the ball. I think he just kind of gave up on the play. Pressure really nicely just drove right by Zach. He was able to climb the pocket, maintain vision down the football field right there, and then he lifts it to no one. And this is a match you got to watch all night. Matthew Betts versus Jamarcus Hardrick. Betts kind of forced the issue getting out and around. Long field goal here by Sergio Castillo.
48 yards with Terry Williams staring at it in the end zone. The kick is up. It is wide to the right. Williams is going to bring it out. He's got some blockers on the left. But Winnipeg does well to cover it here. He's brought down inside his own 10-yard line. return. BC gets back on the field. Penalty flags also coming. We'll sort it out here at BC Place.
Yeah, missed field goal, and things got to be perfect here. And the snap is high and over the holder's right shoulder. He doesn't look like much, but that's enough to throw off a kicker. And Sergio Castillo has been outstanding on the season. Sheehan just can't get to it quick enough and throws things off. He pulls it, and then the big boys got to do their job. They did a nice job of keeping Terry Williams in check. And there's a little penalty on the play, and moved it up a little bit further for the BC Lions to start their second drive.
Yeah, face mask gives BC a bit of a break there, and that is Smoke Mizell with his first carry of the game. Close to 4 yards on that one.
Yeah. Not sure if it's critical, but it'd be really nice if you can establish a run a little bit against Winnipeg with Smoke. Taekwon Mizell, I think he's got the ability. Certainly utilizes him well out of the backfield, catching the football. Jordan McSimica has just been doing a phenomenal job no matter who's quarterback in this offense since coming over, and he's had some good ones too.
2nd and 6, BC converted 3 of 4 second downs on the last drive. This time Lucky Whitehead with the catch and the conversion.
Yeah, it's not a difficult route, just a curl route on the outside. And you're gonna watch Lucky. He just runs a curl route. DA's got plenty of time to stick it on him. That's pitch and catch. That's like practice all day long. Lucky Whitehead making his presence early. Trying to get him a deep ball early. Hadn't been for a good play by Jamal Parker.
Lucky and Brian Alexander getting into it after that. VA drops back, pressure coming. VA goes deep again to Lucky Whitehead, and he overthrows him with Evan Holm in coverage.
There's like a double move, and oftentimes those are difficult to time up, especially with pressure in your face. And they're going to get pressure right off the edge here. And unabated, Cramdy coming in there. VA steps up, tries to pick up his receiver, and knows he missed twice now with number 7. Lucky Whitehead.
Not surprising, these two offenses taking their deep shots, especially the Lions, who've gone deep 3 times already. And now Smoke Mizell comes out of the game. Justin McInnes goes in. So BC with 6 receivers and no backs right now.
Katoy looks like he's in the backfield. That's huge. Yeah.
Adams drops back on 2nd and 10. Jeffcoat with pressure. Adams gets away. Adam Bighill in. Vern continues to get away. And this time he finds an open receiver on the sideline. And that is Justin McInnes.
I don't know how much tickets cost here to come see a ball game, but that was worth every penny of it right there. That was amazing. Watch VA just doing what he does, trying to keep his eyes downfield, sets his feet, trying to find some space. Oh no, here comes Biggie out the edge. I got to scramble over to the right. Oh, there's the receiver just sticking on him. Move the sticks, no problem. That is just some kind of special.
Now, the last 2 games when BC has had all 5 of their main receivers, McInnes really hasn't gotten any meaningful touches. They want to make a point of keeping him involved, given he's had a career year to this point.
Why not?
Adams back to pass.
Another one.
He's got Dominic Grimes available for another first down inside the Winnipeg 40-yard line. Adams getting comfortable.
Yeah, you just follow 19. He's pretty easy. He's just kind of floating around, playing all by himself. He's coming in motion already from here. Then he's going to run up here and run an out route. It's going to be wide open. The DA just sticks it on him. Again, good protection.
Adams 8 for 12 for 98 yards already. Last game against Saskatchewan, he threw for 181 yards in the first quarter. They only wound up with 6 points in that quarter. We'll see if they can be more efficient in the red zone here. 15 on that last reception. This time a fake. He's got another receiver, but that ball gets deflected as well. Wobbled at least coming out of his hand and falls incomplete.
Yeah, that ball was definitely tipped at the line of scrimmage somewhere. And had no business being completed. Looking at 2nd and 10. You would put your money on number 5. And number 5's right here. So just keep your eyes on him, see if he gets another one. No, that's
Dietrich Nichols with the pass deflection there. BC 5 of 6 on 2nd downs, and they've had a few 2nd and 10s. They have another one here. Again, Winnipeg not showing pressure. Hatcher with the the reception, close to first down yardage. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like they do, in fact, have another first down.
Yeah, BC having tremendous success on 2nd and long already in this first quarter. That first drive, they were 2 of 3 on second, 2 of 2 for 2nd and long, and here they're continuing to make that happen and moving the sticks, going hurry up once again, trying to put pressure on that Winnipeg defense.
5 receivers already have caught passes in this game. 1st and 10. Another quick throw. That's Rhymes again. Another first down. BC in the red zone for the first time.
Yeah, he's right here. He's going to simply go up there and sit down. Ball's going to be out quickly. BC's got them on their heels and vanilla coverage. Easy reads for quarterbacks and receivers to be on the same page. Ball comes out with timing and move the sticks. That's the way it's done. That's why you go hurry up. Make that defense stop them from having the ability to communicate. They're doing a nice job of that here in the first quarter.
BC at the Winnipeg 17-yard line. 1st and 10. A quick fake to Mizell. Adams steps up with pressure, manages to get away, gets back near the line of scrimmage. Evan Holmes just missed on the sack.
And pressure down here, 1st and 10. They went huddle, and then Richie Hall had an opportunity. Yeah, they're just coming all downhill. Watch. Yeah, Couture releases, that frees up Holmes, and Holmes gets there, flushes them, and then Jeffcoat gets in there along with Cramdy, and that's the way it happens. 1st and 10, you don't get a chance to communicate. 2nd and 10, you call a play defensively because they huddle up, and then you bring pressure, and that happens.
2nd and 11, so that is the first sack of the game for Winnipeg. 3-man pressure for the Bombers. This time, Adams floats it into the end zone to Hatcher, and a flag comes out. Looks like early contact on Retta Cramdy.
And that ball shouldn't have been thrown, and BC catches a break here.
Pass interference, Winnipeg number 17. Automatic first down on the 1-yard line.
And it didn't need to be because he was double covered basically in and out. Yeah, that's tough, man, because they had that play well covered, and Cramdy gets called for a trying to turn his body. Yeah, he inhibits Hatcher from getting to the football. No matter how you see it, no matter who you're rooting for, that's definitely contact on receiver, impeding him from getting to the football. Looks like Coach O'Shea may try to challenge this.
Winnipeg is challenging the previous ruling of defensive pass interference. The play will be reviewed.
Yeah, you talk to Mike O'Shea about his Retta Cramdy, the type of athlete he is. Extremely smart, knows every coverage in the defense and who's doing it. Tell you what, that was a tough play. O'Shea's going to go to bat for his man.
We'll have the decision when we come back.
Yeah, fine. We're up here talking about this. It's going to be pretty difficult to overturn this call, as the call is PI by Retta Cramdy, 17, going back into coverage, inside, out. Tries to pick up Hatcher, definitely leans on him, kind of impedes him from trying to get across his face to get to the football because Cramdy doesn't pick it up. Hatcher knows where the ball is. He's trying to get there. Now he turns. And, yeah, whether you're a Bomber fan or BC fan, it's a close call.
Let's hear what Tim Croker has to say. Important call here.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. By losing this challenge, Winnipeg has lost the timeout. First down, BC.
And it was a marginal call. As much as anything,
but it was a
he
call.
cuts him off, but there was contact. Yeah. So it was impossible to overturn that.
Yeah. O'Shea didn't think it was. He thought there was a possibility. Didn't work out for him. This drive continues.
O'Shea now 3 of 7. Dom Davis into the end zone for the touchdown. BC finishes in the red zone, and they're up 9-0 at home.
Yeah, their red zone this year has been pretty good. 59%, 26 of 44. They get some help from the Bombers here in the DPI in the end zone. Then Dom Davis does the rest. Excellent second effort here, keeping his legs moving. And that's a big-time turn of events there. BC was knocking on the door. Thought Winnipeg's defense stepped up once again and tightened up and was going to force a field goal, but they put 6 on the board. looking to take a 10-point lead here early.
A 10-play drive, 86 yards in 5:31. Sean White on to attempt the PAT and put the Lions up 10-0. He, in fact, does. Lions looking good with 1:45 left in the first quarter. When we come back, Zach Collaros and the Bombers try to respond after the Lions' opening touchdown. Zach Collaros slow to start this game, but the last time these two teams played in August, he was hot, and he was hot early.
Yeah, one drive here in the first quarter. Anyway, 13 minutes and 15 seconds. He's only seen the ball one time. But, yeah, he was on fire. And made him pay for that defeat that they experienced in week 3, 30-6 thumping. Just looked like Winnipeg in that ball game was caught off guard, caught napping, and we've seen it happen to great football teams. And the difference between winning and losing in the Canadian Football League is marginal. And if you're not on your game, not ready to play, scores like that will happen.
Janarian Grant with his first return in the last 11 weeks. He's missed some time here. A big addition for Winnipeg if he can get going here.
Yeah, and you look at the roster, and, you know, it's like, okay, the rich get richer.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's just crazy. And then I look and I see Greg McCrae sitting there, too, you know, just kind of hanging out. And it's like, what's up with McCrae? When are they going to bring him back, you know? And it's just, I think there's all these teams are kind of reloaded this time of year, changing their practice rosters with that being extended out to now, and you see GMs making moves and adding and subtracting. It's a very interesting time of the football season.
Winnipeg with extra offensive linemen in the game here. Brady Oliveira with the carry, cuts back, has room, and he has brought down Josh Woods with the tackle.
Yeah, I love me some Josh Woods, and we're talking about this guy. He's got 15 on the year, chasing the club record and the league record, and Brent Johnson's doing that. Haladic had a career game last week, had 11 tackles, closing in on 100. We'll talk about him a little later. You got Gary Peters on the back end of corner. He's just one of those veterans that you've seen it all. He loves the game. He's a student of the game. He's a teacher back there. He's a leader. He's a vet.
2nd and 4, Dakota Prukop into the game. Normally the short yardage quarterback. They've expanded his package a little bit here. Picks up 6 yards and a first down for Winnipeg. Yeah. Change of pace there.
Yeah, and the dirty work, you know, that is Rasheed Bailey doing a lot of that work. You've got Brady Oliveira doing some dirty work. And just sealing the edge there and kicking out. Just... That's teamwork right there. That's getting it done. And that's how they do it here in Winnipeg.
Back-to-back
players to do a lot of different things, Farhan.
Back-to-back run plays on that drive. This time, Collaros pulls the ball, finds Nick Dembski at the right sideline. Gain 5 on the play.
And I think Zach, you know, he's trying to let things open up, looking for Kenny Lawler for the deep ball, going deep to shallow. Here's, you can watch Zach roll to his right. Dempsey's going to cross his face. He's open now, but Zach's looking for the deep ball. He wants Lawler to get over the top, but defensive secondary for the BC Lions wasn't having any of that. They made him check it down, and by then, Dembski run out of room.
The 51st consecutive game with a reception for Nick Dembski as we get to the final play of the first quarter. 2nd and 5 for the Bombers. Collaros drops back to pass. BC brings pressure. Lawler over the middle. He is there in front of TJ Lee for a big gain and a first down. And that's the end of the first quarter. When we come back, it is the Bombers knocking on the door as they look for their first points in this all-important Western Division showdown. First place on the line. said at the end of the quarter there that first place was on the line. Obviously, there's work to do, but it feels like that, a heavyweight fight. What'd you like in the first quarter?
Well, I like the tempo offense by the BC Lions, keeping Winnipeg off balance as much as possible. I like their second down conversion rate. They're doing outstanding there, 7 of 8. But I thought that the Winnipeg Blue Bombers gifted the BC Lions some field position on the missed field goal. They had them backed up inside their 10, but then there was a face mask on that. Then to finish that drive, there was a PI in the end zone. And then next thing you know, it's a 10-point lead to finish the quarter. And everything went the BC Lions' way, but I think tempo offense really helped that VA get in their rhythm. And he spread the ball out to 6 different receivers already in the first quarter, and couldn't have worked out better if you're a BC Lions fan.
Calero's getting comfortable on this drive as well. Again, extra offensive linemen in the game. They've been leaning on Brady Oliveira a bit more. This time the fake as Caleros rolls to his right, has a receiver. That's Dalton Schoen. Gets a first down before he's brought down at the BC 23-yard line.
Again, moving the pocket for Zach. I like this thought process, and he's just going to find his little soft spot down there, and Zach's going to push the edge, get up there, get past the second level, sit out. Zach will find me, secure it with my eyes. Milt, that's for you. Catch the ball with your eyes, and then kind of wait for the posse to get there. Get you a couple hard yards.
This time the fake sweep to Dembski. Sione Tehema off the edge, but Caleros gets it away to Oliveira. Short gain on the play before he's tackled.
Yeah, they're going to try to, bring Dembski around and a little play fake with him. You're going to see him go right across Zach's face there. Little play action fake. Yeah, and Ben's not going to take any of that. Tehema says, nah, man, I've seen that 1,000 times in film study. I'm going to make you dump it off, and I'm going to make you pay as well. And the short end of it, the pass was Brady Oliveira, who brought a crowd in a hurry for a minimal gain. Second and long here for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
BC leads 10-0 early in the second quarter. Caleros fumbles the snap, manages to fall on it. I believe he fell on it before BC's defensive line gets there. A break for the Lions. Could have been worse, but I do think Caleros managed to recover that fumble and still keep the field goal possibility alive here.
Yeah, and it just takes a fraction of a second. It was a pretty tough snap right there, coming back. Might have caught the back end of the center there and just kind of deflected. Zach didn't get it cleanly and anticipated moving away from it, then didn't secure it, did the smart thing, just drop on it.
Loss of 3 on the play brings up a 32-yard field goal attempt. Castillo perfect from inside 40 yards this season. Castillo's kick is up, and it is good. The Bombers get on the board and make it a one-score game.
Much better snap from Benson on that play, so the battery for the Winnipeg Blue Bomber kicking team was on point, and the 3 points go through that time.
And this is what they're playing for. Here's the motivation. A first-round bye, home field advantage for the West Division final. It's been so important over the last 15 years. And with more, let's send it field side. Here's Blake Price.
Hosting the West Final obviously matters to both sides, guys, but for BC, for the first time in a long time, it may be because of this building. Remember the noisy 1980s when they averaged over 40,000 fans per game on the regular. They won't quite get there this season, but they will easily set a 9-year high, and for the third time this season tonight, they've opened parts of the upper bowl. Zach Caleros says he's not really sure he's ever needed to use silent counts in this building before, but they practiced them a little bit this week, and you can bet come playoff time, the Lions are going to bet that they need them.
Thanks, Blake. The last time the Lions finished first in the West was in 2012. Mike Benavides, special teams coordinator, was the head coach at the time. And how about Blake Price making an appearance? Yeah. That cost us a lot of money.
Well, gotta wake him up out of his slumber. I'm a North fan.
Vernon Adams looks deep to Javon Couture. Has him behind coverage. Couture breaks the tackle. Inside the 5. Couture scores. A 70-yard touchdown for Javon Couture. everything breaking right for the Lions in the early going here, Matty.
Absolutely. We talk about the explosiveness of this offense, and Vernon Adams, we've talked about, he's had 6 different receivers already in the first quarter. And this time, Katoy's on the back end, gets over the top, and then it's to the races, and the big 6'5", 240-pounder easily cruises into the end zone in front of Winston Rose. 3rd touchdown of the season, none bigger than that one right there.
Sean White with the conversion makes it 17-13 for BC.
Yeah, and Javon is lined up right over there. You were kind of lost right there. He's tight end. He's one-on-one with Winston Rose. Free releases, got a flat coverage, does a double move, and then just gets over the top and then stiff arms. Get away from me. You know, like a little brother in the backyard, he's hounding you, pesting you, and he just pushed Winston Rose away enough where he could separate, get his feet underneath him, and find the end zone. Look at that separation out of that stiff arm.
If you're going to throw it to Javon Katoy, chances are he's going to catch it. He leads the CFL in percentage of targets caught, 88.5, and they're starting to go to him more and more in the last month.
Well, I love that catch percentage. I just love it, you know, because I think it tells so much about a receiver and the relationship and the confidence a quarterback has in him. And Katoy, he's really built a tremendous relationship with VA. What a big target that is. And on the other end, if you get it in the vicinity, he's going to come down with it because those numbers speak for themselves.
Adams with 190 yards passing already. He's 11 for 16, and that follows up 181-yard first quarter performance last week. In the early going, Vernon's getting it done. The kick to Janarian Grant by Stefan Flintoff goes out of bounds. BC's first big mistake of the game.
And that's an unforced error. I understand you're trying to put the ball in a certain area because of Janarian Grant cut his field in half for him, but boy, that's a tough one. That comes right out to the 47 right now, 50-yard line. It's incredible.
Yeah, with the new rules, that is going to make it easy in terms of starting field position here for Winnipeg.
I'll take it. You can smell the goal line from there. Basically, as a quarterback, it's a different sight line, and that's just an unforced error. I get it. You got that guy back there. You don't want him to get in open field. You want to pin it down the sidelines and trying to be too perfect.
10 touchdowns in his Winnipeg Blue Bombers career for Janarian Grant, including 2 last year for BC. Winnipeg, Zach Caleros drops back to pass, finds Dalton Schoen. A big gain as Schoen gets inside the BC 30-yard line.
Amazing catch, ability to just go get the football. We'll just watch him extend back towards his football after he comes across the middle. He's got a defender right on his hip. And he feels him there, and watch him go back and reach back and snatch this football. He says, that's mine. He says, Sales, you're not getting it. That's my ticket. And needs some plays like that and get back in this football game, down 14.
Shown with his 3rd catch of the game for 65 yards already. As is often the case, he's Caleros' favorite receiver. Drops back to pass again. This time, Brady Oliveira comes out of the backfield, makes the reception, and gets inside the red zone. Gain of 19 yards on first down.
Yeah, Brady Oliveira, that's his 30th catch. He's got a couple. I think he's at 31 right now, over 400 yards, averages a little over 13 yards a catch. A lot of people talk about the big man toting the rock in crunch time. He can catch it too now. Tremendous blocker. He's got soft hands. We know he can steamroll. It's a good-looking response drive by the Bombers.
Yeah, too early to say Winnipeg needs this, given we're early in the second quarter, but you know they want it right now. Extra lineman in the game. Caleros pulls the ball, gets it to Janarian Grant, who gets it to the end zone. They're not just going to have him return kicks. Right. They're going to take full advantage of the speed Grant can bring.
That's just his 3rd catch of the season. He had 17 yards receiving the football until that. When he comes in motion, a little play fake, which you think is going to make the defense bite in. With Janarian, watch him. He's coming across in motion. And watch how he gets across the football field. Doubles back in the flat. Little pick there by Dalton Schoen. Kind of obvious pick, too.
Yeah, I wonder if Rick Campbell's considering challenging that, but it doesn't look like it. He's been conservative with the challenges, but that certainly looked like a pick. Sergio Castillo on to attempt the convert. Kick is up, and it is good. Winnipeg cuts the lead to 1 score. A great response drive. They get the penalty, they take advantage with a short field, and make it 17-10.
Yeah, and we've got the opportunity to look at it again. Dalton Schoen's right here at number 83, right? And he's going to go up here, and this ball is behind the line of scrimmage. Therefore, this is a legal block. That ball is behind the line of scrimmage throw. That's a legal block downfield. So Dalton Schoen knew what he was doing, and it was my bad. I thought the ball was thrown in the flat, but it wasn't. It was behind the line, so it made the opportunity for Dalton to pick off Marcus Sales there, and he did what he's supposed to do and freed up Janarian for the touchdown.
And it's a subtle thing, but Caleros' throw kept him behind the line of scrimmage. Didn't lead him and take him up the field to result in a penalty. Now Terry Williams makes one man miss. Williams has some room, gets to the 40 before he is brought down. That is Kerfala Exume with the tackle. If he breaks that tackle, there's some room down the right sideline for Williams.
And I just love the effort on both sides of this kickoff return. And the Hedrick's getting in there. It's good to see him back on the field. Hansen, just an international player, global player for the Bombers on the field on special teams, making an impact there after Williams got a big chunk of change, and then he said no more.
I'd like to welcome in those watching SportsCenter on TSN4. It is the game of the year, and these two teams are living up to it right now. BC up by 7. The quick pitch to Smoke Mizell on the option picks up 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, I like that. You know, a little ghost fake. I don't know if they call this in offenses anymore, but this is definitely a ghost fake because nobody's there. He's just faking it to nobody, and then he get on the edge. People out in front, got explosive speed like Smoke does, and
nobody's going to ask for a contract raise at the end of this with an extension.
No.
2nd and 4. Dave Naylor will break that story. 2nd and 4. Adam Bighill showing blitz. Quick completion, and that is knocked away. Javon Catoy, the intended target.
Wilson right there. Harry Wilson getting underneath that throw. Thought he should have picked it. Probably seen that in video a gazillion times this week. And he's right here. And he's going to float underneath that ball, extend, and knock it out of the air. He sees he's trying to get back there. Did his job.
First 2 and out of the game. Stefan Flintov to punt. Gets a good punt here, trying to pin Grant to that left sideline again. He takes it at his own 10. BC with good coverage on the play before Grant gets taken out of bounds. Could have been late there, but no flag on the play. The 55-yard kick. Winnipeg, after all that, with a chance to tie it if they can execute a drive here. Kentucky's an up-and-coming program this year. A lot of those basketball schools seem to have this football thing figured out. Duke, UNC. This time the quick flip to Dembski. Good yardage on first down. Close to first down yardage. Actually, he does, in fact, have the first down. Nick Dembski's made a living off that little flip pass, and it goes in Caleros' passing yardage.
Buck Pearson, excuse me. Yeah, that's one of his favorites. And that little play right there. And then towards the end, Platt gets dumped by Jeff Goff. Took a little offense to that. He'll know that. Say, I got you, big boy.
Good blocking out in front by those receivers as well. Caleros now with the fake to Oliveira. Looks inside to Lawler, who has the reception. Close to the 40-yard line. Don't think he's got the first down before Gary Peters made the tackle, but it'll be second and very short as Dakota Prukop comes into the game.
Right in front of TJ Lee, and TJ trying to jump this and takes the wrong angle because that Zach Caleros was looking that way, took him that way, and almost forgot where Lawler was and came back and made a nice sure tackle just short of the sticks.
Do you take a shot here on 2nd and 1?
I would, with Dakota Prukop. Now he's underneath the center. Looks like they're going to, I don't know, we've seen it before.
Prukop slides to his right and has the first down. And you talked about it earlier, a lot has gone well for the Lions through the first quarter and a half, but Winnipeg's right here.
Yeah, knocking on the door, looking at this drive to tie things up. And there's Buck Pierce right there. tell you what, he is just, I think, flourished in the offensive coordinator role ever since he's taken over, and I think he's just one of the best in the league, if not the best, and he's just really got a command of how to utilize every one of his players on the field.
There's that ghost fake and pitch by Winnipeg this time. Oliveira didn't have much, but pounded his way forward for an extra 3 yards.
That's what leading rushers do. And, you know, just the tip of the cap, and condolences to the Reed family as we're talking about pounders and runners and great Canadian backs. And George Reed, just running backs period, they had a ceremony for him today, and I listened in on it. I was doing my notes in the room, and just so much love for George Reed and what he was all about with Ronnie Lancaster back in the day, into that community in Saskatchewan, Regina. Just hats off and condolences to the family.
2nd and 7. Collaros drops back to pass, scrambles against 3-man pressure, flips into Oliveira, got the first down, crosses midfield, and then brought down by Marcus Sales.
Just threw those couple DBs trying to make headway with Radio out of the way, and it's pretty fun to watch. Watch Zach being creative here. Little jump pass, little Roger Staubach here for you. Get up off your feet, get a little taller. Why not? One-hander. You know, he's been doing that since he was a tight cap.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember him playing young, you know, and he had some nuances that reminded me of Flutie. And people get upset when they start making comparisons, but I'm not saying he's Flutie.
He doesn't run the ball as much as he used to down the field, but he still manages to navigate the pocket. BC showing pressure. This time a deep shot, and it is intercepted. Adrian Green making the start at safety. The Canadian kid out of St. Mary's with his first career interception. BC takes over at the 10.
Yeah, Zach Collaros never once saw Green sneaking over, and he was like stealth. And he's right here. Watch him, he's right here, and watch him slide over, and Zach's looking there the whole time. Point fake, he's looking there the whole time. He just gets on his horse, and Zach overthrows the receivers. You're trying to give him a chance, but there's Green. It's decent coverage right there by Lee.
He was the only man legitimately in the route. They had 7 guys protecting. The other 2 receivers were jogging and trying to be decoys. It was only going to Schoen, and the Lions simply don't want to get beat deep tonight.
No, and understandably so. 2 explosive teams, they know how to do it, and that was just too easy. Zach Collaros never saw the free safety.
Smoke Mizell with the carry. Good gain on first down, 8 yards, gets to about the 18-yard line. We'll see how much more BC chooses to commit to the run game here.
Opportunistic, right? Turnovers. Right? We talked about that off the top. What's going to make the difference here? And look, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but those turnovers will cost you. Just look at the numbers for Winnipeg. They're 71-10 when they win the turnover battle. They're 6-32 when they don't. 71-10. That's why coaches always harp on it. Take care of the football.
2nd and a long 1. Dom Davis comes into the game, crosses the 20, so that should be enough for the first down. But you talked about it. I mean, there's so much focus on Vernon Adams and his interceptions. Yeah. Collaros has had a few in the last month as well.
Yeah.
He's 1 behind VA for the league lead, which is not necessarily a title you want.
Done a half a dozen interviews for this game this week and across the country, and everybody talks about VA and Collaros and front runners for the MOP, and I think justifiably so. I think 3 of them can come from Winnipeg, and Schoen, Brady Oliveira, and Zach. I think there's a big competition going on there, but with the 2 quarterbacks, Zach, you know, there's been times that he hasn't been on point, and we saw one right there that really got momentum back for the BC Lions.
1st and 10 at the 20. This time the fake to Mizell. Adams gets brought down. That is Jackson Jeffcoat with the sack. Big loss on the play. VA tried to escape, but Jeffcoat was having none of it.
Yeah, that's the second of the game. He got credit. He got credit for the first one earlier in the first quarter. Watch him here. Pretty much, you got to pull him guard right in his face. Pushes him back with his long arms, and right back in the quarterback. VA's vision is stymied. therefore slowed down, and he just keeps pressing the pocket and gets his second of the game.
That time was 5-man pressure. VA with his second sack. It is the 3-minute warning. We'll take a break. When we come back, it is the Lions with second and very long.
As promised, this game has been absolutely fantastic. And as promised, we just received a second Thanksgiving dinner. But this time, we're jacked up to talk about the game at half. Also, Bo Levi Mitchell making his return to the lineup. We will break it all down. Plenty coming up at the half.
Wait a minute. They get dinner? We don't get dinner?
Well, I just heard the Bo Levi news. that's got to be good for the Hamilton fans. It's Thanksgiving, and Bo's coming back. That's amazing.
3-man pressure. Adams looks deep, and he has got Mizell out of the backfield.
We're talking about it beforehand in the break, and they got 48 of these coming into this game. And you saying, what are they going to do here? Is he going to force it down the field, or are they going to check it down and be conservative? And I said, dude, they got explosive plays and ability. They're going to push it down the field, and there it is right there. That is putting pressure on the defense there. No fear in Jordan McSimick's offense and his quarterback, Vernon Adams.
You saw 2 defenders go with Rhymes, and Mizell come right under it. And the result, a 38-yard gain for the Lions. They're on the 50 and moving. Adams drops back to pass. Looks to scramble. The pressure is coming, and they get to him. Is that Willie Jefferson? Is the streak over? It had been an 8-game sackless streak for Willie Jefferson, but he gets to Vernon Adams, the 3rd sack of the game for Winnipeg.
Hard to miss number 5 from Stephen F. Austin. Got 1-on-1 inside move. Go get him. Get hands up. Got a little help from inside out by Walker. I don't know who they're going to give that to, but number 5 is pretty excited about it. Why not?
He said when he finally gets one, he's going to make a lot of noise about it. Looked like he did there.
Yeah, they gave it to him
that.
too.
2nd and 18, 2 plays later. Let's see what BC comes up with here. Big Hill this time showing blitz. Adams looking to Hollins. Oh, spectacular catch on the sideline. Alexander Hollins gives BC another first down on 2nd and 18.
A tremendous catch, but the placement, because pressure, you've got a buzzsaw on Adam Big Hill coming right down the middle of the football field. Here comes Biggie like a buzzsaw. Watch him move in here. He's just trying to cut through and get in there and get on his feet. VA climbs the pocket, sticks the ball out here, and Holland goes and gets it. That's a heck of a pitch and catch right there.
They've already challenged once, so they can't challenge again. Coming again, and they get to Vernon for the 4th sack of the half. I think that's Cam Lawson with his sack. Jefferson also there. And guess what, Matt? It's 2nd and 18 again.
Here we go. They thrive in this
2nd and 19.
situation.
They can't
coming
do
off
2nd
the
and
edge
19.
from all different levels. Watch the Winnipeg Blue Bombers bring pressure. Alexander from the middle. You got Cranby coming off the edge. You got Biggie coming. And then you got the big boys checking it down in the middle, and not a lot of room for VA, but we've seen it on this drive twice. They're not afraid to push it deep on 2nd and long.
They are 10 for 12 on 2nd down. That's been the difference in this game right now. And we've got a challenge flag here.
Maybe rough it?
Could be something downfield, potentially.
Contact? I didn't think VA had enough time for anything to develop downfield.
And we haven't seen a lot of heavy pressure from Winnipeg.
BC is challenging the previous play for roughing the passer. The play will be reviewed.
Yeah, so I agree with that, Farhan. Richie Hall said, okay, enough of this. We're gonna start putting some hits on this guy, see if we can't disrupt them a little bit, because their hurry-up offense and their tempo, they clearly had a nice rhythm, even the 2nd and long. Now they bring some heat. Cover 0. Watch it. Everybody's coming.
So we see some contact to the head right there, but it's Adams ducking. Can you call that?
We're fixing to find out.
I don't know.
I think Vernon ducked over what could have been what they're challenging, but I didn't see any contact to his head as VA ducked as he felt the pressure, as all quarterbacks get a natural feel for. It's like you get tired of getting hit in the back of the head, so you figure out when to duck, and VA ducked right at the right time. Otherwise, I think that could have been a roughing, but in today's game, but I didn't see anything on that play.
There was no low hit either. Like there was nothing below the knee.
No, I don't think there was anything after the play either. I'm not sure exactly what Coach Campbell's asking for here.
Campbell's been relatively conservative with challenges. He's 1 for 5 this season. The one came last week in the end zone against Saskatchewan on a 2-point convert.
Yeah, so they're just calling foul on everybody. They're looking at Alexander and they're looking at Willie Jefferson. Here's a call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. BC, by losing his challenge, lost the timeout. Second down.
I think they got it right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he challenges. Perfect situation for Lions offense, 2nd and 18. They love this.
Like I said, he's been conservative, but some of the ones he's challenged over the season.
Looks like they're rushing 3 now, going to drop 9. Now bring it forward.
Video's coming. Adams looking down the field, throws into coverage. Wouldn't have made it for first down yardage for Keon Hatcher. Brandon Alexander there to break that one up, and BC will punt.
Yeah, a couple of defenders in the area here waiting. And Hatch is right here. Just going to push up the football field. Past second level, sit down. Yeah, they've got pretty cloudy, tight window there for VA to fit that wind. Just couldn't make it happen.
And no real deep options on the play. Maybe they were just thinking get it to field goal range. Flintoff with a nice hanging punt. Grant takes it at his own 6-yard line. BC there. Grant makes the first man miss. Can't make the second man miss. That's a 49-yard punt on the play.
Hinsberger getting after it. Looks like he was going to go to the locker room after that one. First-year player from Waterloo, open field tackle. Yes, sir. That's getting after it. That's heat-seeking right there. You got to go all in, and that's exactly what Hinsberger does right there. Heck of a play in open field on that man, Janarian Grant. Jack Hinsberger earning his money and paycheck this week with that tackle right there, backing up the Winnipeg Blue Bombers here late in the second quarter.
1 minute and 1 second left. Winnipeg from their own 6-yard line. We'll see how aggressive they are here. Extra offensive lineman in. Oliveira manages to find his way through for another positive gain on first down. 6 yards on that play. Winnipeg looks like they're going to go tempo and not get back into a huddle here. Or are they?
I think they pick up a first down and they pick it up, but it doesn't look like they're going to hurry up right now. They don't want to give BC an opportunity anything with a short field here if they don't pick it up. So they're going to try to take some time off the clock here, see if they can't move it. Then they may take a shot, see what they can do.
Especially with BC not having a timeout now in this half.
Yep.
2nd and 4, a short 4. BC showing blitz. Oliveira with the carry. BC is there. And they have him wrapped up. He will not get the first down.
Yeah, that was a nice job. It's just heck. That's understanding another team's makeup and what they're trying to get done. That's just good football acumen there. Pretty picture. Glad it coming down. Watch him scraping. Get some help from his friends. Get to the ball.
Does make you wonder about that challenge because now they can run it down to they can run it down to 12 seconds. BC will get the ball and maybe have one more play.
Yeah, but they're going to get the ball in pretty good field position. We saw before the ball game started, we were watching Sean White basically maxing out at about 53 yards. We'll keep an eye on that. But there's a look at Ryan Phillips. Got to be pleased with his defense there on that series of downs. Terry Williams trying to get a little something going on here. I wouldn't go sideways. I'd get as much as you can straight north and south down the football field.
BC has had 4 punt blocks this season. Not a great kick by Jamison Sheahan, end over end to midfield, where Terry Williams takes it, beats the first 2. He's still going. He's got room, and he is in Sean White field goal range with 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, that's big heads-up play. Getting out, and he went Superman after the end of this, and he flies much longer in the air, he might eat up those last 2 seconds, but well, that's a heck of an effort by Terry Williams. Heads up play, understanding what situation is, and did what he could for his football team, put Sean White in great position.
A 44-yard field goal attempt coming up for Sean White. Engineering Grant back there at the other end of it.
Number 1 in the league in field goal percentage, just a little over 93% this year.
White made from 36 earlier tonight.
Yeah, this is a chip shot for him. Just watch the battery here, see if we get a good snap. No, it falls on the
Snap
ground.
that time, but White makes it work. The field goal is up and good on the final play of the half. And BC will go into the break with a 10-point lead. A lot to like if you're the Lions, but Winnipeg's still very much in this game.
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right with there. A lot of things went right for the BC Lions. Their second down conversion rate was off the chart. And Javon Catoya was a big part of that as the big plays, explosive plays continue to happen for the BC Lions. That play right there, I'd like to take another look at that just to show you VA's arm angle and how he made that happen. Climbs the pocket there, lifts one over the top of Winston Rose, little stiff arm, and bang, in the end zone.
Let's send it down to Blake Price, who's with Javon Catoya.
Javon, 70-yard scamper into open space there. Were your eyes big early on that play?
No, we've been practicing that all week. You know, we've been running the same play for the past couple seasons, and I haven't ran like a double move. So we took advantage of it this week because it's a big game, so we got to make big plays.
You guys deserve better than the 20 points you got. It seemed like the ball was just going your way the whole way on offense.
Yeah, 100%. We pride ourselves in finishing drives with touchdowns, so we just got to keep doing that in the second half, and the rest will take care of itself.
Still at 10 points with the opposition considered. Does this feel like a pretty good half?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good team that we're playing against, so we obviously expect the best, and we got to bring our best for the whole 4 quarters.
Best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
Lions up by 10 points at the break. It's the Gravy Bowl, and maybe they've got some in studio. Here's Kate Burness.
Blake, we ate all the gravy. It's time to talk about football. That's in the past. And honestly, so far, a fantastic game. A 10-point game for the BC Lions. You know, we've seen this from Winnipeg in games past, too. They can really turn it on in the second half, so that'll be fascinating. But let's get back to the Lions for a moment. And Matt said it before the break, too. Second down conversions have been fantastic. Their deep balls have been great. I mean, they're so efficient on offense. And then, of course, picking off Zach as well. Everything really right now going BC's way.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some fortunate things happening because these two offenses really efficient to start with. That's what we kind of expect. Right, guys, we said that as we sat here. We said these are two really good football teams, really good offenses. And when we get the two top teams meeting, this is what we all want to see. Great quarterback play, great play callers. And this is kind of what we expected to see this game, start this game.
Yeah, and certainly, you know, you don't get teams that go 10 for 13 on second down and a half and 2 for 2 on second and extra.
Right.
So outstanding job. But, you know, it's great when you have 2 MVP candidates battling it out here. Here's what I love about BC. They are very unapologetic about we are going to throw the football and we're going to sprinkle a run in. But we get sacked, who cares? We're going to throw it again. That's what I love about this team. This reminds me, Milt, of the old school Kent Austin, Danny McManus, where teams used to just throw it all the time and never cared about running the ball.
Quality football. We love it. And I'm sure everyone out there loves it. Even, you know, opposing teams, they would never say that. But they love this quality football. That's what we're getting out of these two teams. That's what we expected. We hyped this game up, and it's living up to expectations. Yes, the BC Lions are up 20-10, but that can be erased in a matter of plays. We know what those Winnipeg Blue Bombers are made of. We know they're still going to try to come out and establish the run, but they got to get some big plays because what big play VA is doing right now is special. He's guiding this team. I talked about it. This is the biggest game of his life, but this man right here is going to try to make sure that those dreams don't come true. This is some quality football, some quality players, some of the best players in the CFL right now. We got some quality coordinators, so I'm looking forward to this second half because this has been a great first half so far.
This is what we expect. I think everyone watching this, we talk about the tiers in this league. We've been saying this KB for a month
Week
or two.
3.
Yeah, 2.5 months now. We talked about the tiers in this league, and there was 4 at the top, then it was 3 at the top, and say what you want to say. It is what it is. There are 3 teams now that are above the rest, and
that's it.
Anyone can make a playoff run, but here's a clear indication or an example that these are two of the three best teams in the league, and it's not even close.
And let's clarify, it's these two and it's Toronto. So other folks who are thinking it was somebody else, it's no one else. It's these two teams in Toronto. Let's make sure everyone understands who it is.
A couple of huge things that happen is that PI in the end zone makes it an easy touchdown for BC, and then that defensive BC line stopping that second and short run basically got them 3 points right before the half.
And that interception surprised us, shock. We looked at that play again from Zach. It was a one-man route, and the free safety, Green was up top. TJ Lee had great coverage on Schoen. If you look at that play, no reason as to why he should have thrown that ball.
Bad PI call too on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers on that one play.
That was a tough one. 252 passing yards, courtesy of the BC Lions in the first half. 22 rushing yards. We'll see what happens in the second half, but they're rolling on all cylinders. Much more coming up right after this. The Thanksgiving festivities continue on Saturday. We've got the Hamilton Tiger Cats traveling to Regina to take on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. You can see that one, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And the big news in this game, of course, the return of Bo Levi Mitchell. Out since July the 28th, needing surgery, has now recovered, returns to the lineup. Of course, the Tiger Cats off to the postseason as well. What does this mean for Hamilton Milt?
Well, they're trying to make sure Bo is ready for the postseason. He's their guy. They gave him a lot of money, so he needs to start earning some of that money. And I think he's going to get in there and do a good job. It's going to take a while. You know, he's been out for a second. He has some rust on him, but he's a veteran quarterback. He's seen everything any team can throw at him, so they're hoping he can get in there and get things going right away. Because this team, yes, they struggled earlier, but they seem to found their footing, and they're hoping Bo can be that guy to lead them to the Grey Cup. Where's the Grey Cup in Hamilton? Are they a threat
now because of what Bo could potentially do? Because I think they are. I think because of not what I've seen this year from Bo, and even to be fair, most of last year, but what Bo potentially can do and has done in big games, if he's at the top of his game, all of a sudden, I was thinking this when I heard the news, they're a sneaky contender in the East. I wouldn't have really thought of Hamilton as a contender, but I do because of what I've seen this year. But I do with Bo.
He has to get back to the top. He has to get back.
Absolutely. Not what I've seen this year, but what I know is it wasn't that long ago that we've seen good play from Bo.
Yeah, and it'll be
spots of it.
Well, the interesting thing about that is Scott Milanovic and Bo Levi Mitchell is a new equation.
Right, they never worked together.
You know, and I'm sure Scott's leaning on him. Hey, what do you like about system-wise? You've been around watching us. What do you want to run out of that stuff? So that'll be. I'm looking forward to watching it. Now on Saskatchewan's side, they've lost 4 games in a row.
Right.
They're at home. They've got to they got to stand up and make a play and win a game so they can put themselves in playoff contention.
Right.
Or make themselves in the playoffs. Right.
You know how Toronto, they use some of that momentum from the 150, bringing those guys back. I think Saskatchewan would do the same. What happened there, of course, unfortunately with George Reed, they got the 2013 team coming back. I guarantee you those guys are going to use that as some momentum and carry that to a victory. Easier said than done, but that definitely helps out when you're struggling, losing 4 games in a row. Just gives you a little bit more motivation to go out there and play hard and win the game.
And they should have this sealed. I mean, Sask, a few weeks ago should have been in and had it done.
Do you think, though, for Saskatchewan, do you think for Sask, though, playing this game where Hamilton, other than testing out Bo, and obviously they still want to keep that momentum going, do you feel like for Saskatchewan, this one, they might just have the upper edge in this one, knowing that Hamilton's already clinched?
Yeah, playing at home, like Milt said, all those veterans coming back and former players, they've got to take care of business. But again, they've turned the ball over at them. They can't stop anybody on defense. They've got to show up and say, hey, we're a playoff caliber team.
Yeah, with me, it's the quarterback situation. We were just talking about it. Is Trevor Harris coming back? Are they going to try to get Mason Fine in there if Dolagala continues to struggle? So they have some questions that they want to answer. Of course, they want to make sure they get into the playoffs, but when they do get into the playoffs, what's going to be their quarterback situation? something that works out for the best.
You want to reevaluate your top 3 now? I think Ches is going to put the Hamilton Tiger Cats in there.
Yeah, you ready, Ches?
Are you ready for this after tomorrow?
I just heard out about Bo. Yeah, that might have been my third. I didn't say who my third was.
No, he didn't. Just
Who's your
Milt
third?
did.
Who's your third?
Toronto.
Okay.
All right, we're going to debate this in the commercial break. Coming up right after this, we've got stats. The BC Lions rolling. You know who else is rolling? The Washington Huskies marching band.
Is that Farhan Lochi with
Farhan and the trombone.
It's Farhan with the trombone.
And that's Lucas right there. That's his son. Huh?
Doing an amazing job, Farhan. Taking a look at the stats so far, Ches, you just mentioned it, fairly even across the board.
Yeah. I'd like to say the key is the 4 sacks. That's the biggest thing that stands out. It's 4 sacks from the Bombers, but those got BC in the second long, and BC converted. I think going into this game, BC felt good about its receivers against that secondary. On 2nd and long, they've made some plays. What they call big play? VA.
We made promises about this game all week long. I think so far it's lived up to expectations. I'm going to make a promise for the second half. It's going to be just as good, if not better. How's that for a tease?
I like it.
Stick around.
Battle for first place in the West has more than lived up to its billing. Close to 500 yards of offense between these two teams. 30 points. With more, let's send it down to Blake Price, who's with Dalton Schoen.
Dalton, a 10-point deficit at the break. Does it feel better or worse, or about right considering the way that first half unfolded?
You know, that's just how it goes sometimes. I thought we moved the ball decently well at points. We just got to execute a little bit better in the score zone and be more consistent. But, you know, it is what it is.
There's still a half to go. There's still lots on the line. Do you guys feel like this is easily within reach?
Oh, yeah, this is CFL. You know, it's never out of reach, and 10 points isn't anything to us. So, like I said, we just got to go out there and execute and be consistent. We'll be all right.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
And he's right. Dalton Schoen has nothing to worry about. Winnipeg's offense can make up 10 points in a hurry. So can this guy, Zach Collaros, who threw the pick, but 12 of 14 for 154 in the first half is not a bad afternoon. Janarian Grant in his return to the lineup, looking to get things going. Finds a crease. Best return of the day before being brought down near the 45-yard line.
Yeah, taking a peek at Zach Collaros in the first half. And, you know, I thought that he showed some poise, and he found his receivers on time, as he often does. It's what 2-time MVPs do. And, you know, he ad-libbed out there. A couple plays cost him. Just a couple plays cost him. Staring down a receiver on a one-man route, and took points off the board there potentially. And other than that, he just didn't have the ball a whole lot, in my opinion. I thought Vernon Adams, that offense, did a nice job of controlling the football.
Hand off to Brady Oliveira for 6 yards on first down. That was actually Dembski out of the backfield with that carry, as he's been known to do.
Yeah, it's just, he lines up there. It's not, they're not trying to trick anybody. Rasheed Bailey comes off the field, and Janarian Grant's back out there again. Look at him. He can't hide those locks.
2nd and 4 for the Bombers.
See what they come up with here.
Janarian Grant back on the field. They fake to him, but give it inside to Oliveira, who gashes BC's defense for a big gain and a first down into Lions territory.
Let's take a look at that and see if that play fake to Janarian open up the play. He's coming over here like this, and to see if it widens these defenders if they're peeking at him, because then they're going to pound it right inside to Dembski again. Yeah, it did give him great leverage. Those guys widened out. Gave the Winnipeg team an opportunity to get up on our man with just number 80 in the ball fake, and then boom, Dembski's up the middle.
16 yards to Dembski with Oliveira blocking. That's twice. I just assumed that Oliveira was carrying the ball when in fact it was Dembski. Dembski in the backfield this time. The play fake to him. They flip it out to Kenny Lawler, who was brought down immediately. TJ Lee with the tackle.
Tough 2.5 yards, man. Yeah, that's a long, flat throw. Basically coming from the far left hash. Little play fake here. Get on your horse. Get it out in a hurry because you got pressure in your face. Lawler's got to climb the ladder by that time. Bang. TJ Lee is right there to make a minimal gain. Nice tackle.
They give him 3, 2nd and 7. Lions were living in 2nd and long in that first half and didn't have any problems. Let's see if Winnipeg can do the same here. Lawler to the left. Caleros looks that way. Pressure coming. And he has got a completed pass to Lawler. Good for first down yardage. Inside the 30-yard line. A tough physical catch by Kenny Lawler.
Yeah, and you know, Zach gets hit on this play, but his running back, Brady Oliveira, watch him step up in here and make the block right here. And he might have fallen back in the lap of Zach Caleros, but it certainly gave him an opportunity to step up in the pocket and make this throw. Well, it was a nice job by Brady, stepping up there, protecting his QB, going to war as best he could towards the line of scrimmage. We always ask for that as a quarterback, to create vision and space so we can do exactly that. Climb the ladder, climb the pocket, stick it on people.
Woody Barron with the pressure. Fake again to Oliveira. They're looking to flip it out again. This time he's trying to find Dembski on the right sideline, but that pass is overthrown. Manny Rugamba in coverage.
Yeah, when you roll out like this, you know, there's only so many combinations you can have for receivers, and you just got to understand that defensively, BC does a nice job of taking most everybody away here. Pressure in Zach's face by Hladik, forces that ball high and out of reach. Dembski looking at 2nd and long.
Winnipeg 7 for 10 on 2nd down conversion so far in this game, including 2nd and 7 earlier on this drive. See what they come up with here. Caleros drops back to pass. Has a receiver in front. There's a penalty flag on the play on the incomplete pass. We'll see what the call is here. Caleros is still upright. Looks to be holding on the play. And the Lions will decline that and force Winnipeg into a field goal situation.
Yeah, and it looks like they only rushed 3, dropped 9, and Zach got really lucky.
Winnipeg number 51, penalties declined. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, got really lucky on this throw, and it did get picked off. Yeah, and you're looking at Jamarcus right here. Got beat inside with the Bats inside move, which he's added to his arsenal. And here's the almost pick from the other end. Yeah. Hladik almost got that one. Everybody's pot hanging right there, just jumping everything.
37-yard field goal attempt for Sergio Castillo, who's 1 of 2 on the day already. This kick is up, and it is good. So the Bombers cut the lead to 1 score. Another strong drive for Winnipeg as they take it down the field and get points to open the half. Vernon Adams gets a chance to respond when we come back. Good first half for VA. He's at 9 300-yard games already, well on his way with 252 yards passing.
Yeah, that throw right there. That throw right there was just incredible to open up the game, basically. He made some hellacious throws here in the first half. And lighting it up and not being picky either. It's just spreading the ball around. That throw right there, that was just such a timing throw. And that was the little touch pass right there to Katoy that took it to the house after a wicked stiff arm on Winston Rose. Boy, BA feeling it here in the first 30 minutes of play. Got the ball first time in the second half.
BC starts at their own 40. This time Adams rolls to his right, has a receiver in the flat. A little behind him, but he makes the catch. That is Dom Rhymes with the reception. Close to first down yardage, gain of 8 on that play.
Yeah, this is you work on this since day one being a quarterback. Rolling out to your right, throwing the out route, getting your hips to the target as best you can. Ball kind of sailed on him, came back inside because he was drifting a little bit, but good timing, moved the sticks.
BC going tempo, the handoff to Mizell, who picks up 3 yards and a first down.
I wonder if it's something to do with the pink spats and VA, you know? Because, you know, you can't miss the guy. You know, you got Lucky's out there with them, VA's out there with them, and trying to figure out who else is out there.
Keon Hatcher, I think, has the spats. Lucky also has the pink gloves.
Yeah, that's really drawn attention. Yeah, Mizell. He's got him going. Yeah, I think VA feels good, the pink spats. I think that's what it is.
Fake handoff. VA tries to scramble as he sees Willie Jefferson. Eventually, Adam Bighill makes the tackle after a gain of 1, maybe 2 on the play.
Yeah, and it's interesting to watch the cat and mouse game going on between O coordinator, D coordinator, Jordan McSimic versus Richie Hall. Bringing forward here, inside move by Willie, pressure up the middle. Very nice pressure, collapse in the pocket, forcing them into. That's Walker doing a nice job forcing them back into Jeffcoat. Jordan McSimic there looking at second and long. Thought he called a great first half, especially on second and longs. Gave his quarterback a chance to air it out.
If you're Jarrell Broxton at left tackle, should you be wearing pink spats on your wrist? I wouldn't highlight the hands. I wouldn't want that.
That's a good point.
Adams takes off, should get the first down, beats Evan home to the corner and out of bounds before going down. And then picks up the cameraman.
Hollins didn't like the end of that when Holmes forced his quarterback out of bounds, kind of, vehemently right here. And this pink spats get going right here. He's off to the races. He knows Walker's on him right there. And then boom, right there. I think that's a penalty right there. Yeah, I'm a big stickler for this. Players let their guard down when they hit the sidelines. And you can't afford to do that right there.
Quick bubble screen to the left to Hollins, who makes one-man miss, gets the first down inside the 35-yard line.
So bang, bang, bang. They're moving down the football field just like that. 2nd and 9. They pick it up with Vernon's legs, and now they're knocking on the door in their response drive right here to begin the 3rd quarter. Just VA continuing to spread the football around to all his weapons. Piece of cake. Just get it out there. Receivers grinding out there trying to get some blocks. Hollins does the rest.
1st and 10 for BC at the Winnipeg 33-yard line. Productive drive after a Bomber score. Adams drops straight back, looks quick, comes back the other way on the screen to Mizell. Picks up 1 block and a very good open field tackle to limit the gain.
Oh, that's just sick. You got some big boys out front, and they're just demolishing the little DBs in front of them. Nice play fake here to the right. Come back to a screen. A little climb route back to the left. I love the design here. Get defenders all over the place. Just really spaced out that defense nicely there. Gave his running back an opportunity to pick up 7.
Winston Rose with the tackle after a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. Manageable situation for the Lions here. Winnipeg showing pressure. Quick pass to Keon Hatcher to the left side, and a first down for BC.
Yeah, that was just a great timing throw. Vernon Adams is really feeling it here this evening, and thank God, what a great time to play your best football. And VA is on the money right here with this throw. Beautiful timing throw in front of Winston Rose with pressure in his face.
Almost uncoverable there with 6-man pressure against man coverage.
I can't tell you, man, hours of execution and practice goes into that. Trusting the receivers. They talk about body language for receivers and easy to read. Good example of that right there with Hatcher, his quarterback.
Adams drops back again, pressure, and Adams escapes. Looks over the middle to Lucky Whitehead in his pink gloves, and that's incomplete.
VA does a nice job of buying some time. Team get a chance to throw this football. Willie, unabated.
Look at him just swat that hand out of the way.
How do you make that guy miss in open space? That's hard to fathom right there if you're watching that at home. That guy is 6'7", 250, 260 pounds, and he's quick as a cat. His reach is ridiculous, and VA went around him untouched.
That's a heavy hand right there. BC 13 of 16 on 2nd down conversions. Adams brought down this time in the backfield. He is sacked. Malik Clements with the sack, the 5th of the night, and BC's got to settle for a three-point attempt here.
Yeah, Malik Clements standing right up here over the middle, not fooling anybody. Says, yeah, I'm here. I'm coming to get you. Yeah. 3rd-year player from Cincinnati. Out and around. Both defenses being backed up here early in the 3rd quarter, hunkering down, forcing field goals. See if Sean White can't match Sergio Castillo.
3rd attempt White 2 for 2. This one from 35 yards out. Digs up. And it is good. BC restores its 10-point lead. Malik Clements doing his part to keep the Lions out of the end zone. Zach Caleros back on the field when we return. This is Gavin Kamashinsky, who was back with his teammates at Notre Dame secondary in Vancouver this week. He suffered a tragic accident in August, back up in the Okanagan at the lake. As a result, he was in hospital and is just dealing with so many challenges right now as he tries to regain as much of a normal life as possible. The Lions have done everything possible here to make him feel comfortable. Got the ceremonial kickoff, spent some time with Vernon Adams.
Yeah, the Lions, Notre Dame football team, the entire community, certainly his family and friends have rallied around Gavin. Because that's what football is all about. It's about team, good and bad. This was a tragic incident that happened to a young man up the lake with his family, dove into shallow water. And this is the end result. Life is different for Gavin, and everybody's just rallying around him.
Kenny Lawler with a gain of 14 on first down, and the family is trying to raise funds for his care and for just the change of life. There is a GoFundMe account, but just a tough story. He moved down to the Lower Mainland because he wanted to play football. Had a really good program at Notre Dame, and then this happened before he was going into his senior year. So a big part of the high school football community here in British Columbia. We wish Gavin and his family all the best. I think I said ceremonial kickoff earlier. I meant coin toss.
Oh, no, you're bang on there. And everybody wants to get it right for Gavin. Left-handed quarterback, promising future, and he's fighting a different battle right now.
Caleros finds Rasheed Bailey with his first completed deep shot of the night. He's kind of the forgotten man in the Bomber receiving corps, but he makes a huge play there to get them to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, I really love this, man. And right here, going to circle him twice here so you recognize where he's at. Little switch release, gets the inside leverage. Corner is shallow, so you got to read him, pick him up, spot it in that soft spot towards the sidelines. That's exactly what Caleros does. Rasheed Bailey getting involved.
You can see two Lions defenders coming up to Dalton Schoen. That allows for the 33-yard completion. Winnipeg knocking on the door. The fake to Dembski this time, and a drop, a rare drop by Dalton Schoen just outside the BC 10-yard line.
I mean, we don't know how big that's going to be right there, but we've seen this play develop, and a drop here puts him in second and long. Zach pumps the flat area, opens up this tiny window. Dalton's trying to get it and run with it before he has it. Forces this situation. BC's backed up. We saw him hunker down here in the last drive and force the field goal by Castillo. Could they do it again?
Big second down conversion coming up, 2nd and 10 for the Bombers. Caleros empties the backfield out. BC showing pressure. The quick inside route to Schoen, and he is stopped short of the first down. Pickup of 7. We'll see what Winnipeg does here.
That's complimentary football right there, and Castillo's coming out, and they bring pressure off the edge, and he's going to run a quick slant underneath here. The DB's on the back end in coverage, know where the sticks are. They come up and jump it, make a sure tackle, force a field goal. That's getting off the field. We saw Ryan Phillips' defense do that late in the first half. Forces Winnipeg backed up to punt. Terry Williams takes it back in a nice return. They get 3 right at the half. This is taking points off the board for their team as well, forcing this field goal.
Castillo on to attempt his 3rd field goal, his 4th. He's made 3. Now that's the 3rd one he's made on his 4th attempt. When we return back, or when we come back, we will see the next generation in the Big Hill football family.
Oh, yeah. There's more Big Hills. It's going to be scary.
Adam Bighill with 3 tackles tonight as he climbs up the league's all-time tackle list. Recently passed his good friend Solomon Elamimian, 888 tackles. And with more on what else Adam's been doing of late, here's Blake Price.
Always special for Lions fans to see Adam Bighill after 6 amazing seasons here at BC Place Stadium. But for Lions fans, they might have to come to grips with the fact that the Lions may be the third team in his heart now, as his 7-year-old son, AJ, has started to be a player himself. Bighill says he wasn't going to be, that guy, so he didn't try to insert himself into the team affairs too much early on. But after sitting back for a few games, he could wait no longer. And you are now looking at Adam Bighill, offensive coordinator, yes, offensive coordinator, which did not surprise Bombers head coach Mike O'Shea, who says Biggie's always trying to play on offense, so he might as well coach it.
Is that his kid running all over the field? Is that AJ running all over the field?
That's AJ, Adam Jr. He's doing his old man proud.
You can't coach speed. You either have it or you don't. He's getting some help out there, I guarantee it. Adam's making blocks, he's making plays. Yeah, just watch Adam here. Yeah, on cue. Get off of me, get to the football. Yeah. I love that.
The tackle for loss on the play. It's a bit of an adjustment on the Lions offensive line. They've got an injury to Jarrell Broxton, so David Neville kicks out to tackle, and Andrew Pearson comes back into the Lions lineup at the left guard spot, so we'll keep an eye on that. Broxton doesn't look too serious. Neville, meanwhile, goes head-to-head. Dominic Grimes with a pass broken up by Dietrich Nichols. That was close to early contact, but probably a wise no call there, as the Lions go 2-0 for just the second time tonight.
Yeah, tight coverage. Verner's going to look left, stay left, trying to hit that dig. Ball's behind him. Good thing, because Nichols was coming over the top. Wasn't going to undercut anything. He was going to run the route for the receiver, and he did just that.
Stefan Flintoff with a bit of a line drive kick that Grant can take with some room. Grant looking for an opening. Fairly good return to give his team good field position at the 50-yard line. When we come back, Zach Calero's back at it as his team looks to tie this game. Winnipeg takes over after BC's second 2-0 of the game.
There was Tyler Hubbard in the audience there.
Aaron Pritchard in the audience there, former country star. Now, Janarian Grant with the handoff on the reverse.
Got all kinds of country going on, man.
You're loving it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I tell you, last year's Grey Cup halftime entertainment was amazing. Josh Ross is really hitting it big right now.
At some point, we're going to have to talk about Taylor Swift, right? With Caleros out here, that's got to happen.
Yeah, that's definitely got to happen, because he and Travis are tight, college roommates, drank a few things together in the past.
Inside the final minute of quarter 3, 2nd and 8 for Caleros. And the Bombers. Caleros has room to run here. Josh Woods chasing, and he gets close to the first down. I think he might have it here.
Yeah, I think he got it. And
they're marking him short.
Oh yeah, maybe his knee fell down. But yeah, he escapes you to the right. The formation in the rounds on the back end opened up a field for him, and he's on his horse. He's not messing around. It's just that Woods is just that good. He's 6'4", goes about 230 pounds, third-year player from UCLA, just tracks him down just short of the first down.
1.5 yards to go here. Dakota Prukop into the game. He's going to slide to his right, should have the first down with room to spare. Prukop converts easily.
Brady Oliveira's dead set on getting him more yards, too, by pushing the whole pile with Dakota Prukop leading the way. I thought if he got the edge here, it was to the house, because that guy can flat out get after it. Like watching a lot of the backup quarterbacks in this league are super athletic, and when they get some space, they can make you pay for it. Just looking for something there. Big time pickup right there, keeping this drive alive.
Should be the final play of the third quarter here. Winnipeg 1st and 10 at the BC 48-yard line. Fake to Oliveira. Betts in hot pursuit. An open Kenny Lawler, but the throw's a little high and goes off his hands with Gary Peters in coverage.
Yeah, some of the best on best right there. TJ, that was Gary Peters and Kenny Lawler one-on-one, and ball's a little high and goes awry, and second and long. Start fourth quarter.
A very entertaining first 3 quarters. We'll be back for the fourth at the CFL on TSN. Let's take a look at the stats after 3 quarters. And not necessarily a ton of offense in that third quarter, but the game was still pretty well played with what these defenses are starting to do.
Yeah, we saw defensive both our necks backed up, and we saw the kickers come in and do their jobs basically there in that third quarter, and that was it. Some adjustments at halftime. Defenses stepped up to the plate, accepted the challenge, and was tired of being, I think, gutted for big plays, and I think Winnipeg did the job there and kind of got some momentum back and slowed things down. Still really no running games going on other than Nick Dembski in that third quarter got some touches and some nice play calling and diversity by Buck Pierce's offense. And they're driving here, looking at a second long after Gary Peters was all over Kenny Lawler on a deep curl route that went awry.
BC 10-0 this season when leading after 3 quarters, which means nothing to the Bombers right now because they're capable of putting a 1 at the front of that stat. 2nd and 10 right now. Lions showing pressure. Collaros drops back to pass. Winds up stepping up into the pocket, throws deep, looking for Kenny Lawler, and a penalty flag on the play. The underthrown route does wonders here because that leads to the PI.
Yeah, that's right, and I just don't think that the defender thought that the ball would ever be thrown, but really nice job picking it up here. And you watch Brady Oliveira come over and pick up the late addition into the backfield from the secondary. Zach Collaros was able to climb the pocket and throw the ball out to Kenny. He's definitely interfered with because Cooper doesn't see the ball in the air, and Kenny's trying to play it. He definitely interferes with him trying to get back to it. So Edwards Cooper called unexpectedly, a ball thrown his way because he thought pressure was going to get to Collaros, but it was Brady Oliveira gave his quarterback time to make that play.
Only the 2nd penalty of the night for the Lions. The first one coming on a kickoff out of bounds. So the first by the defense here. Brady Oliveira with the handoff. He is brought down after a short gain. Sione Tehema with the tackle from the backfield. Gain of 3 yards on the play will bring up 2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, really nice explosive play off the edge there. Seeing the slow play fake by Zach Collaros and Brady Oliveira. And once he saw the ball was given to Brady, boy, Tehema just went after him and just easily brought him down for minimal gain. We saw this in the third quarter. Both defenses were backed up here and made plays on 2nd down, forcing field goals. We saw that 3 times at least in that quarter, and looking at another one here to bring in the 4th.
Winnipeg takes out their extra offensive lineman. BC counters by adding linebacker Bola Combo to the mix here. All important. 2nd and 7. Matthew Betts is right there, and the ball is fumbled. Sione Tehema recovers. It is the 16th sack of the season for Matthew Betts. None bigger than that. And Collaros looks like he might be a little shaken up.
Big time play with a lot of scenarios here. You watch Betts. It's the 16th. He's coming right off the edge. Watch him coming right off the edge here. And Collaros turns right back into it after he beats Hardrick coming around the edge. Collaros unexpectedly, and then bang. Big time unexpected shot delivered by Matthew Betts. Got him in ISO right here. Out and around Jamarcus Hardrick's long stretched arms. Ball's out, BC. Big time play. We saw it several times in the first half, forcing field goals. We get another one from Ryan Phillips' defense.
We'll have to keep an eye on Collaros, who takes his helmet off on the sideline. No medical staff is looking at him quite yet, but he felt that hit. He was very slow to come out of the game and go straight to the tablet. Vernon Adams, meanwhile, sends it out to Smoke Mizell. This throws a little behind him, and he falls down catching it.
Yeah, and I'm thinking Zach's just a little mad at himself, you know, for the execution or lack thereof, and I think he's looking for a helmet-to-helmet shot. I mean, he turns right back into it, and then Betts is just trying to get to him, and inadvertently they smack heads, and I think Collaros, one, was a little frustrated with the outcome of that play and the ball being turned over and not getting any points, and 2, the helmet-to-helmet so-called shot.
Yeah, there were others on that Winnipeg bench screaming at the officials afterwards. That one deflected, almost intercepted, as BC goes 2 and out again.
Guess who it was? number 13. That's number 13. Number 5 getting his 13th. Willie's right here. Check him out. Hard to miss him. Get the hands up. Can't get there. Little inside move. That's just disruptive, man.
I just suggest not throwing in that area. That's a bad throwing lane.
And that's from the shotgun. So you should have vision and know where your lanes are, and he still is disruptive.
Stefan Flintoff with the punt. Adrian Green right there.
Wow.
No gain for Janarian Grant, brought down at his own 35-yard line. Zach Caleros will lead the Bombers back onto the field in a one-touchdown game. So much on the line tonight here in Vancouver.
Holding. Winnipeg number 3.
We got a big game tomorrow. Be there. Thank you.
A very serious Matthew Betts is our Coors Light moment of chill, and that is him.
Yeah, that's less is more. Man, a few words, lets his play do the talking. He's got 16 sacks on the season now, one shy of Brent Johnson's record, club record, 17 set back in 2005. Just having one heck of a football season, and I got to think that he's reaping the rewards from John Bowman, new defensive line coach, teaching that inside move that's really kind of opened up his game for him.
That would be a league record for sacks by a Canadian if he can get to 17.
Yep.
Brent Johnson and Jamal Westerman share that. Caleros drops back to pass, finds Drew Wolotarski, who takes a hit, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Yeah, I don't know if where was that hit? I'd like to see that again, see if that was a headshot, but he ducks his, he's ducking his head, trying to control the football, coming right to left. Zach's going to find him. He catches it right there. That looks like a headshot to me. Here we go, another look at it. Coming in here, Cooper. Yeah. Coming down with the shoulder pad right at the biscuit.
This time, the fake to Oliveira. Caleros gets it into the flat to Kenny Lawler, who keeps his feet after breaking the tackle. Very good gain by Kenny Lawler, gets close to midfield.
Yeah, Gary Peters missed that tackle, field tackle, and Lawler made him pay. Looks like he's got some fresh legs out there. Big 20-yard pickup right there. Yeah, Lawler's coming all the way across your screen, in motion, right to left. Zach finds him in the flat. Pretty easy tackle, just really didn't break down and broke that arm tackle, and Lawler picks up 20 just like that.
How many times do you think they've run that play with the zone read pull and rolling out?
I'd say half a dozen times already this ball game for sure. And then they got the inside little dump with Dunk Sean that wasn't successful for him. Had to settle for a field goal.
Oliveira fights for some extra yardage there. Gain of 7, close to 7 on the play. As long as the game is this close, Winnipeg can continue to pound the ball.
Yeah, I think that's their calling card. We know it. There comes some more beef into the game. It's just ridiculous. Some of the size of these guys, they roll in like they need to be brought in on a pickup truck. Got Dobson checking in, along with Damian Jackson, first-year player for the Buffalo, fullback, using these situations to root him out.
The rare American fullback on a CFL roster, Prukop, fakes the handoff, keeps it to the edge, has some blocks, has a first down. Good gain for the Bombers' short yardage quarterback.
Yeah, that fullback was used, and getting up to second level, he's going to cut. He's right here. He's going to gut up here, and he's going to try to seal. Then he comes back out and does a little out block because Dakota Prukop's going to pull it, looking for somebody to seal, looking for somebody to block and run over. It does his job. Easy pickup for Dakota.
If you know Dakota, he wanted to pull that.
Oh yeah,
that was coming out no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, there could be 3 people off the edge there, and they're outnumbered, and Dakota's going to pull it because he's that athletic and feels like he can make people miss.
Extra lineman back into the game for Winnipeg, along with Zach Caleros, who fakes again, looks to the right, finds fullback this time, Damian Jackson.
Yeah, we saw that play back at the inside. Damian Jackson, not only is he blocking, but he's catching those little checkdowns. And just watch. Yeah, just watch what he does. He's right in. I know he's over here. I'll find him for you, folks. He's right over there. How about another circle just for good fun? Yeah, we saw that. We saw it earlier. Dalton Schoen, went too quick, put the ball on the ground. Then they didn't pick it up. Had to kick field goal there. Well executed. Moves the sticks.
Caleros with 266 passing yards now.
Double tights again.
Caleros drops back.
My goodness.
All sorts of time with 7 linemen. He can survey the field. He can have lunch. Or he can find Dalton Schoen for another first down.
Yeah, this is really cool. Now, this is Buck Pierce showing him package. The Jackson packages. Yeah, he's got Jackson. It's the Jackson package. Watch him right here. He's down at the line of scrimmage. He's tucked in behind Jamarcus Hardrick right here. And watch him release up the football field past the second level. He's like, I'm getting the rock. I'm getting the rock. No, you're not. There's a free safety over the top. He gets smacked in the face. Zach scrambles to his right, checks it down. Just love it, man. To see these packages these OCs put in and using talent and tendency breakers, and oftentimes they work.
And in Winnipeg's case, there's so much play action. The pull again, Caleros keeps it and wisely throws it out of bounds before being brought down by Ben Halata.
Coming in waves there, too. Oh, man, they're just coming from waves. They've seen this look. The ISO read out the edge with a number of, just watch them start coming in waves here. A lot of fun to watch. Get to the edge. There's one. Gotta make this guy miss. No, you're not gonna make that happen. Throw it away is exactly what Zach does. 2nd and 10, gives himself a chance.
Caleros 4 for 5 on this drive.
Ryan Phillips signaling in the play. Right next to him, you saw John Bowman. Yeah, young staff. Communicates extremely well. Rick Campbell empowering his staff and his coaches to do their thing. They're doing it.
2nd and 10 line, show pressure, but don't. This time, a sack. Caleros brought down on another fumble. Sione Tuhema has it. The whistle is not gone. Play is still going. Look at Tuhema inside the 40 to the 32-yard line before being brought down. Incredible turn of events. The Bombers knocking on the door. And for the 2nd time in this half, Caleros fumbles the ball.
Yeah, Zach stepping up here. He's going to try to eat it right here, but he can't corral it. Ball's taken away from him, just sniped right out.
Sione Tuhema with his 2nd fumble recovery. And this one was just a critical play with the Bombers driving.
Oh, yeah. And it was like, let's meet at Caleros' house, and Ryan Phillips, defensive coordinator, dialed up a great play call with pressure, and they had his boys where he needed to be, and then they just plucked the ball from Zach. The rest is history.
Adams pulls it. Adams extends, and Adams throws it away.
Wow.
And I'm interested to see how BC plays this because they're in Sean White field goal range, and a 2-score game matters right now.
Yeah, we're talking about that and seeing what they're going to do, and I thought they'd be aggressive, and here they're trying to get VA on the edge. And yeah, you got Cramdy out in front of there. Jeffco gets there late, and I think the BC Lions bench right in front of them wanted a late hit on their quarterback there. Didn't get the call, but both defenses bone their neck. When they're backed up here in this 2nd half, it's been fun to watch. Flip the script.
Just 43 yards of offense for the Lions here in the 2nd half. Adams drops back to pass again. Almost intercepted that time. Retta Cramdy got underneath the pass to Alexander Hollins.
Yeah, I would have gotten off of that completely because it looks like the Bombers secondary had numbers. And VA just was staring it down. He's going to stare to his right side here, never look away from it, and try to force it in there, and Cramdy just falls underneath it. There's 4 defenders around 1 receiver. Get off of that. Go to the other side. You got another route happening over there. Figure it out. VA got lucky. Got away with one right there, giving his kicker, Sean White, an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
Winnipeg's been close to a couple of interceptions, haven't had one yet. A 40-yard attempt by Sean White to put BC up. 2 scores. The kick is up. The kick is good. The Lions with a 10-point lead with 5:51. Vernon Adams not happy with how things have gone in the second half.
You think Zach is? None of these quarterbacks are.
3 turnovers by Zach Collaros in this game, including back-to-back fumbles on the last 2 drives. Not what you expect.
Yeah, these teams, they're 11-4. They're not one-dimensional. They got 3 phases, and they're pretty good in all 3. Both these teams are. In that third quarter, we saw defense take over. In back-to-back series, BC Lions and Ryan Phillips' defense just got the job done. Said no, took the ball away from Zach Collaros twice. And, yeah, it's just flipped the script completely there in the third quarter.
Collaros drops back to pass, finds Oliveira in the flats. He goes one-on-one and makes a man miss. That's Adrian Green, who missed him initially before Josh Woods takes him out of bounds.
This is just fun to watch this kid play football. So athletic, so free, figuring it out, getting more and more confident every time he touches the football, and that's a lot. He goes airborne against this talented athletic defense and making people miss an open field. Brady Oliveira on the ground and through the air, just making it happen.
Oliveira breaking Andrew Harris's rushing record already tonight. Penalty flag on the play. It looks like that's going to be holding. Collaros throws that one away on 1st and 10.
Looks like he ran out of gas there and just gave up on the play. Might have saw the flag. He's a veteran quarterback. Has seen a few of those.
65.
Yeah.
10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
To himself, I'm just going to chunk this one. Right guard filling in for Patty Neufeld. Tui Eli gets caught on that one. It's your right guard right next to the center. Kalinowski right here. Check him out. Sorry, Tui. Pointing out bad stuff here. He gets beat on the inside by Menard. That's all day, every day.
Tackles Woody Barron, who had the sack in the last series that led to the fumble. 1st and 20 now for Collaros and the Bombers. This time out to the flat to Oliveira. This time TJ Lee manages to finish the tackle and get him out of bounds, but not before a gain of 9 on that play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11 with inside of 5 minutes to go for the Bombers. Too early to say they're in 3-down territory?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think they are. So much can happen in the last 3 minutes of play here. We know that. We've seen it all season long. You know this game. A lot can happen between now and the 3 zeros on the clock.
Call it a gain of 10, which makes it 2nd and 10. Collaros steps up into the pocket with lots of time. He's got Rasheed Bailey. Bailey's got a first down
right there
before Jalen Edwards-Cooper hits him, and Cooper may have got the worst of it. Looks like he's feeling some kind of a stinger.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what he's feeling. He couldn't make it to the sidelines. Yeah, watch this right here. He's just going to come right across into Zach Collaros' face, underneath everybody. Get a little rub from Dembski releasing upfield, which is perfectly legal, but it's part of the play. Zach knows it's coming. Cooper steps up, takes the bad end of this one. That left shoulder jacked up and felt it all the way down into his pinky. I guarantee you that.
Curious to see what BC is going to do here substitution-wise. The backup corners are fairly young players that you probably wind up picking on if you're Collaros. Or they might bring in some bigger personnel here.
He just asked me last play, 3-down territory. Winnipeg answered that, right, with a nice pickup on that play there and figured it out and moved the sticks and gave himself another set of downs. And this is a huge drive right here. Put a little pressure back on BC. See if they put some points on the board and make this a 1-score game.
Let's see who moves out to the corner. The Lions haven't brought any additional defensive backs in, so I would imagine it's going to be Adrian Green, who does in fact go to the corner on the left side. Collaros drops back. The short pass Brendan O'Leary orange with the reception.
Why not? He's in uniform. Let's stick him out there and chunk him to football. It's just crazy.
Collaros with 320 passing yards now. Adams had the big lead in the passing yards department at halftime. Collaros has flipped the script there as we talk about the MOP and how this game factors into all of that.
They don't give a crap about that right now. They just want to win a football game, right? And it's about executing, trying to get first downs when necessary. And boy, this is just a battle. Exactly what we had wished for.
Prukop, no problem again getting the first down here on short yardage. The 9th different receiver for Zach Collaros in this football game. He has absolutely spread it around.
Yeah, that's what they do, both these quarterbacks. And this is an easy pickup for Dakota and those offensive linemen. They just drive people backwards. That's going for a ride right there.
Now this is where these drives have bogged down in the last 2 series with those fumbles. Collaros drops back the pass, has Kenny Lawler in the flat, makes the catch in front of Gary Peters and goes out of bounds with another Bombers first down.
Yeah, this is just incredible here. I mean, the guy's been pressured, hit, destroyed over the last 2 or 3 drives. You talk about it far end. Watch the pressure in the collapse. This takes a serious amount of cojones right here to stand in there and keep your eyes down the football field and deliver the mail. That's why the guy's 2-time reigning MOP spots that ball beautifully to Lawler. All kinds of pressure in his face.
Best on best matchup out there with Lawler and Peters. Collaros on first down again, drops back to pass, looks deep down the right side to Lawler. He catches it but is out of bounds. Adrian Green on the coverage for BC. That's the 3-minute warning. 2:38 to go. Collaros with a big hit that he takes on that play. But he's still alive. He can keep fighting when the Bombers come back. Interesting development here is Dalton Schoen is not in the game for Winnipeg. That's why Brendan O'Leary Orange got some time. And in the red zone, that's where Collaros wants to go. Schoen's had 10 receptions for 97 yards and 5 touchdowns in the red zone this season. Leads the league in all of those numbers, so let's see where Collaros goes here. Collaros drops back, bets right in his face, and he has a touchdown. Drew Wolotarski at the goal line, and the Bombers are right in this football game.
Yeah, just a heck of a job by O'Leary Orange taking the top off the defense, and then Wolotarski settles in right in front of on the goal line. Yes, beautifully designed play. Zach Collaros had just enough time to stick the ball in there. And we'll see the pattern develop to your right-hand side and take a look at the pressure. Zach in his face, finds Wolotarski. No Schoen. I'll just use Drew.
We got this. Let's go.
There you go. Just like that, the back of the ball game. Need this to make a 3-point ball game.
Lots of time left here, especially with how BC hasn't done much offensively so far in this half. There's a penalty flag on the play, usually where they call too many men.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that last drive, 10 plays, 70 yards in 3:37 when the Bombers needed it most.
With Dalton Schoen on the lineup, no problem. They used O'Leary Orange to run the top off and settle in Wolotarski right behind him on the goal line, and Zach finds him. That's beautiful. Just play calling, the design. You lose your top receiver.
BC penalties declined to convert is good.
Take a look at it. See if we can see this here and break it down for you. So you're going to get him flying through the top of the defense, and you get Wolotarski and you sit down right here. You watch how this develops. I believe that's the way it plays out. Boom, hustle down there, take the top off. Drew just settled down. Pressure in his face. Zach just window wipes it right off him. No problem. Clawing at you, delivering the mail to 82. We got a ball game.
Second half yards in this game, 229 for the Bombers, just 43 for BC. The Winnipeg defense has definitely made adjustments, and if BC winds up going 2-0 again here, Winnipeg's got all the momentum. Lots of time here. You don't need to kick onside.
And that's with 2 turnovers in the red zone by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. The Lions defense made those happen and took points off the board, too.
Terry Williams takes it at his own 15, has some room, picks up a block from David Mackey, gets close to the 50-yard line. Lions will start with good field position here, and they need some first downs.
Yeah, big time. VA can find a way to put the ball in the end zone here and get a major. Might be able to steal this one away. That's exactly what he's looking at doing. See how they play it out here.
Meanwhile, for BC, Jalen Edwards-Cooper done for the night. We'll get an update on Dalton Schoen at some point here to see if he comes back if needed. And Willie Jefferson, who has the sack, and he's got 2, maybe 3 knockdowns. He certainly had a big hand in this second half for Winnipeg's defense. BC, the give to Smoke Mizell, not much in there. Wow. And this would look different if it was Brady Oliveira and the Winnipeg offense trying to close it out than what BC does here.
Yeah, really not their forte. Their forte is to be aggressive, push the ball down the field, spread them out.
Winnipeg.
Yeah, that's, yeah, but forced Winnipeg to use a timeout there. I like it. Gamesmanship, and certainly the way to do it.
Hey, if Winnipeg gets the ball here, if they force another 2-0, like, they're not even thinking field goal. They'll have plenty of time to try to score a touchdown and win this game.
Yeah. Without Dalton Schoen potentially in the lineup.
But Buck Pierce has been extremely creative in the last series. Found a way to get different people the ball, lots of movement.
All season. That's their calling card. Everybody. I think they work so well together as a group. Everybody just understanding spatial awareness and timing. Where the hot is, where the free spot is in defense. It's just a thing of beauty.
3-man pressure for Winnipeg. Not many open. Adams scrambling. Takes off. He's got some room. If he can get one more block on Adam Bighill, reaches for the first down. Let's see where they mark it. He's not going to get it.
He extended his arm and put himself in harm's way with his shoulder.
They're a yard short here. They're a yard short.
VA is just doing all kinds of magic back here with his feet. The pink spats right here. He's keeping his eyes downfield, feeling the pressure. Coming back. Now he sees space. And watch Biggie get on his horse. Biggie's just flying.
And there's a BC receiver there that could have peeled back on Big Hill and didn't. BC's going to go for it. Dom Davis coming into the game.
Oh, man, that looked like he got that first down to me.
Well, the Lions have used their challenge already.
Yep. So Dom Davis is going to have to do his thing.
Oh, this is going to be close. Let's see where they spot it. This is going to be very close.
My goodness. Can you imagine?
I think where they've spotted it, he's got the first down.
Oh, wow. Well, I think I can see the sticks here.
Let's see where they put it down. No, it's short. They did not spot it the way where I thought they would initially. This is absolutely short.
And this is what you would expect with 2 11-4 teams going at it. Every inch matters.
They needed to get to the 52, and I don't think they got there.
I don't think they did either. They're short. They're short.
Just short. By inches. 150 to go. Winnipeg with the ball.
Hey, just get nasty in there, and they did.
See Adam Bighill pushing back there.
Oh, that's just incredible stomp right there. I didn't have a challenge. I thought that Vernon got it on the outreach on the play prior to the quarterback sneak. Couldn't challenge it. They go for it on 3rd and 1, and Biggie, that defense comes up large.
Siraman Bagiogo, the rookie, checks into the game at corner for BC. The give to Oliveira right up the middle.
I think
5 yards
lost
easy.
His footing. I don't think anybody actually tackled him. I think he just lost his footing. Just gutting him right up the middle.
6 yards on that carry.
Coming right into your kitchen sink. Brady Oliveira, misdirection, right into there. Oh yeah, nice play there. Who was that? That was Mosier.
And they want a slow drive here if you're Winnipeg. You think you can score?
I'll take any.
You want a slow drive here?
In a perfect world, yeah. Chew up the clock and score a TD. That'd be beautiful.
This time he pulls in. He's looking for Oliveira in the flats. Easily has the first down into field goal range, crossing the 40-yard line. BC has no answer for that play.
Well, yeah. Well, they went to two-man there, and it's just amazing that he's free like that. Yeah, he's right here. He's going to come across the formation. You're going to free safety, peeling back. Everybody else goes man coverage, and then Brady's all alone in the flat. I think that was Josh Woods' man. He couldn't get over there in time because he crossed motion on him.
This time the swing pass to Oliveira. One-handed catch before kind of being brought down by Gary Peters, but he fights for one extra yard because that's what Oliveira does.
He's just showing off now. That's just, I mean, 1 year in harm's way when you extend like that.
203 yards in this half for Caleros.
Oh, yeah. Just make that look easy. Oh, and then take a shot on the right quad. Don't go down, pick up another yard. Just showing off, Brady. Just showing off.
2nd and long here. Inside of 50 seconds. The draw play. Oliveira's going to have this easily. Brought down by TJ Lee at the 25-yard line.
It's like high school football right now. It's just, guy's unstoppable. He's just showing off. This second half is Brady's really been contributing in so many different ways, from blocking, to catching the ball, to running it. Just, this is Winnipeg Blue Bomber football right now.
Absolutely. 5 yards on this carry, and you can see BC's defense wearing down here.
Yeah, but we've seen him here, right here in this particular zone, right here in the red zone, bow their necks and come up with plays. A couple takeaways here in the second half. See if they can do it again.
They'll probably see that play action,
I would think.
Pull off the run.
Deep shadow, see if you can get him, somebody peeking in the backfield, and see if you can't get him on maybe a double move, then lift it.
22 seconds, 21 seconds. Caleros pulls it. Caleros looking deep. Caleros has to throw it away. 16 seconds to go. Winnipeg will attempt the field goal.
That's smart play. Smart play. Throw it away. Give your team a chance to tie it up.
And it was the play we expected. Yeah. BC defended it well.
I thought they wouldn't cut the field in half for Zach. I thought they'd stay in the pocket here and protect, maximum protect with the run fake. But he got him on the edge and gave the defense an opportunity to get in his face. Tehima was right there.
28-yard field goal should be a chip shot for Sergio.
Got to watch the battery again, though, right? We saw one in the first half. The ball was high over the right shoulder of Jamison Sheehan.
Kick is good. 12 seconds to go. We got a tie ball game. Wouldn't it be fitting for the two best teams at 11 and 4 to go into overtime here?
Yeah. You see it happening. See it happen. Unless Terry Williams got something up his sleeve.
Well, BC probably takes the ball here.
Yeah.
Let's see what they got. The return team out there.
Two of the best kickers going at it here today.
No, they are gonna. It looks like the kickoff return team is in. Of course, at this stage of the game, it does have to be a kickoff. So
yeah, just had a look there at Castillo doing his thing there with Jamison Sheehan holding it, locking it down, and Benson. And nice snap. Ball's out. Needed it. They got it done. Sean White, Sergio Castillo. As good as it gets in the Canadian Football League.
Terry Williams back to receive. You've got to kick it deep here. You don't try to mess around with any kind of squib kick to prevent a return, do you?
Yeah, I'm not going to give VA a chance. You know, picking up something, then having Sean White come in as accurate he is. He's leading the league in accuracy. Got 53 yards in him. We figured that out tonight.
They do kick it along the ground.
Oh, look at that.
Williams picks it up at his own 20. Nice tackle on the play.
God,
Tanner Cadwallader
looked like he was upset. He threw him down with passion.
8 seconds to go. Adams comes out from his own 40-yard line. What do you do here?
I'm taking a shot. With all my weapons, I'm taking a shot. What are they going to pick it off? And what are we going to do after that? They're not going to do anything. There's going to be no time on the clock. I'm taking a shot.
Well, let's see what the Lions do here.
That's their nature.
Just no momentum for BC offensively at all. Winnipeg doing a great job here in the second half defensively.
Yeah, they are. Alexander's deep, about 15 yards off the ball, right over the center.
BC is going to take a shot. They've got Dominic Rhymes at the 40, at the 30. Rhymes is going to score. No, Parker makes the tackle, and we're going to overtime. If he had gone down, they got time for a field goal. I think Jamal Parker just saved the Bombers.
I think time had run out, but this is who the BC Lions are, taking shots. And why not? They got playmakers. They got more explosives than anybody coming in this ball game by far. Winnipeg's second best, and this is how it goes down when the two heavyweights are going at it.
Incredible finish. I'd love to see this replay with the clock, because there was a period there after the catch around the 30-yard line where he still had a couple of seconds left.
Yeah, and he's right here. And this is a really tight play. When he catches the ball, defender's coming over the top of his shoulder. He's going to knock it down, and that's Holmes. They're one of the best in the league. He tries to go around him and get it with his left hand and coming across the face.
And right
Randy
there,
can't get him. And here comes Parker. Parker takes him down. Can't sequence it with the clock right there, but ooh-wee. A little more giddy up by Rhymes right here. A couple more strides. He might have been in full flight, but Parker tracked him down. Man, just people playing all out. Oh, VA. It was the biggest play of the second half for him, for sure.
Well, for what it's worth, that puts him over 300 yards for the night. Not that that matters.
No, they were stymied in the second half here by the Bomber defense. And look at the OO knows how big that play was. Here's the clock on the play. Yeah, there's the throw. Bang. Two.
If he goes down there,
he's good. How you going to take the fight out in the dog?
Well, you can't. He doesn't know exactly how much time is there left in that situation. You can't fault Rhymes at all.
He's thinking this is do or die. I got to get to the end zone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was a 65-yard play for BC. More than they had the entire second half.
How about if he decides to kick a ruse there and just kick the ball forward and go recover?
Could you imagine in that moment having that level of wherewithal?
Winnipeg has called heads on the toss.
That's crazy.
It is a tail, BC. You have won the toss and want to go on defense first. What end of the stadium do you want to play at first? We're going to go this way. Okay. BC first down. Winnipeg first down first.
So BC will know what they need here. Let's take a look at the overtime rules.
Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. That's twice BC's won the toss. And that's twice Adam Bighill didn't want to move. He said, we're staying right here. Yeah, those rules are pretty simple. I think it gives both teams a fair shot. And, boy, it's been exciting to watch these play out in OT, extra time. And it doesn't surprise me that these teams are to this point. Offenses were pretty much there in the first half. Defenses bowed their neck at the right time for BC in the second half, and they had to because Winnipeg was coming at them. Vernon Adams didn't have anything going. 31 yards in the third quarter. And a big play, explosive play right there at the end of the ball game. That's pretty much it for BC offense in the second half, but it was all Winnipeg. See what we got going here, a little extra far hand.
That's right. We don't have Dalton Schoen in this as Winnipeg takes over. 1st and 10 at the 35. Caleros pulls the ball, looking back inside, has Oliveira there. Matthew Betts with the tackle, but not before. A gain of 16 to open the first overtime.
And he had to come from all the way across the formation back into Zach's face because he's in here. He's going to come back and he's going to work really hard to come back into his face. Watch, he's got to work hard, work hard, work hard. Get that angle on Betts, and he does, and picks up a big first down.
Oliveira with 8 catches for 81 yards.
Yeah, it's just, I love the usage of backs in the CFL because oftentimes it's a pretty good matchup. You'll take it 24/7 if you can get it. We've seen it often with Brady tonight.
Caleros empties the backfield, then makes the fake to Dembski. He's got time, throws it away, close to the line of scrimmage.
He had a receiver right away, and Zach was trying to let something bigger develop, and everything's shut down. Once your receiver's going to be right in the sidelines, I think it may be Dembski as it just plays out. No, it's not Dembski. He's play fake. You got a man right in front of his face there, and then it's too late. I mean, BC's seen that play all night long, right? All night long.
2nd and 10, big play here for Winnipeg. They've been very efficient on 2nd down throughout this game, especially in the second half. Caleros drops back. Matthew Betts can't make the tackle, and Caleros throws it away. We got penalty flags. You know that's going to be on the defense. Siriman Bagayogo, the rookie, into the game for Jalen Edwards-Cooper, is looking at the officials, pleading his case.
And Ryan Phillips is not happy on the sidelines. Tell you what, if Zach had a little more time, he had Dembski wide open in the middle of the field. But and he didn't, though, because
Legal
BC's
contact.
pressuring him.
BC number 21.
Dembski's going to come right here,
first down.
over here and come right over the middle. But Zach, just keep your eye on Dembski. Clear everybody. Outside release, over the middle. Zach, just too much pressure in the kitchen right there. Had to abort and throw it away. But Nick Dembski's sitting all alone in the middle of the football field. But credit BC's defense for getting there and pressuring Zach off his mark.
This is Brady Oliveira territory right here.
That's big-time penalty. Big-time penalty. Keep this drive alive. Go for 6 as opposed to 3 there.
BC hasn't taken many penalties in this game, but the ones they have been big. Extra lineman into the game, the handoff to Oliveira, and he is into the end zone.
Patience. Patience. Just kind of tiptoed, fouled his blockers, and then saw a crease and exploded through it. Costly penalty. Keeps the drive alive, and Winnipeg takes full advantage of that.
Winnipeg's first lead of the ball game.
Watch right here as the hole develops. Boom. That's just patience. Dembski getting a block. Bailey getting a block.
And watch how BC's offensive linemen are all standing up right now. The fatigue is real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. And that play and the ISO read off the edge, Zach pushing the corner all the time, making those interior defensive linemen have contain and run all over the football field. You saw it come into play right there, the fatigue.
Caleros with the fake. He's got Kenny Lawler wide open. He walks into the end zone. Bombers up by 8.
It's pretty much, that's been available to Zach on the extension of that play all night long, and he hadn't taken it because he wanted other things to develop in behind it. But here, he knows he's got to get 2, and he just gives it to him right away. Here comes Lawler right across the formation here, flying with speed. Zach point fake, holds Woods, outflanks for Gumba. There you go, 2 points.
The Bombers showing the heart of a champion right now. Trailing by 2 scores late in this game. They keep fighting. They lose their top receiver. They keep fighting. Quarterback takes a big hit, turns it over 3 times. They keep fighting.
Hey, it ain't over, but they're certainly in a favorable position right now. Fighting like dogs.
BC, meanwhile, you know they're going to have to go forward on 3rd down regardless. They know what they need here. The fake and the rollout for Adams. Adams goes down with a big sack.
Walker.
His 6th, Winnipeg's 6th sack of the game. Ricky Walker, that time getting home.
Yes, 3-man pressure, and they're going to bring people from depth after that, filling in gaps. It's 3-man pressure right there. Everybody's following VA, spying. 9 people in coverage. Walker slips through. VA stumbles, and then he pounces on him.
Well, the difference between Winnipeg's D-line and BC's O-line has been evident as this game has progressed. Adams drops back, facing just 4-man pressure. One gets home. Adams escapes, looks down the field, trying to find Keon Hatcher, who drops the football.
Crandy right there all over him. Right, stayed with him the whole way. VA spotted the ball, had some heat on it too. VA doing all kinds of work, going to his right, trying to escape.
Play of the game right here, 3rd and 18 coming up.
Ooh-wee. Well, that's tight coverage following that man for that long. Redga Crandy making it happen. Here we go.
Ball game right here. A lot of Winnipeg faithful behind the Bombers bench. They are on their feet, making some noise. Adams drops back, just 3-man pressure coming. Adams throwing deep to Rhymes in double coverage. It is incomplete. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers come all the way back to win this football game and take over first place in the CFL's West Division. Huge win, gutty performance by the 2-time Grey Cup champions.
Wow. Wow. That's a football team right there. Everything was stacked against them. They kept fighting. We heard it at halftime from Dalton Schoen, who didn't finish in the second half, saying if we just do what we do, we'll be fine.
Here's a look at the West standings. Winnipeg wins the game. They take over first place and have the tiebreaker. The only way they don't host now is if they lose 2 and BC wins 2. Highly unlikely at this stage. Just take a look at that play again.
Yeah, just give your best receiver, big play receiver, an opportunity. VA's got plenty of time, spots it where he wants to, comes over the top, free safety comes over the top. No, that's Holmes, comes over and breaks it up. That's just, Parker's back in there, double coverage. Holmes says not today. We're stealing this one. I think they earned that one. That was incredible football game. 2 good football teams.
Yeah, absolutely didn't steal it. They earned every minute of that, especially in the second half. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers with an incredible comeback. They take this 34-26 over the BC Lions. Zach Caleros puts a stamp on the MOP conversation, unless his teammate Brady Oliveira has something to say. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers doing what Winnipeg does. Thanks for tuning in. Sports Center coming up next.
Come on in. Welcome to Sports Center. Jermaine Franklin, Sarah Davis here with you. And what an amazing way to start the Thanksgiving weekend. That was game of the year potential. 2 powerhouses in the West. Of course, Winnipeg and the Lions. The Lions, they were at home. These 2 teams split their season series. Both those games were in Winnipeg. The Lions proved they could win one in Winnipeg. Winnipeg proved that they could win in BC, and it's huge.
Yeah, especially because the Lions have been really good at home this year. They were 6-1 coming in, and, you know, both these guys tied in the standings. But, hey, Winnipeg coming out on top in a big way with this comeback. So first place, of course, was on the line, but it's Winnipeg who's in first now on this Thanksgiving weekend. We're calling it the Gravy Bowl. We've got a whole turkey dinner before the game. That's awesome.
I love gravy.
Okay, so Zach Caleros, I do too, and Vernon Adams Jr. 1-2 in touchdown passes this season, and in the first quarter, Adams eludes a pair of defenders, finds Justin McInnes for a first down. Dominic Davis capped off the drive with a 1-yard TD. BC driving again in the second quarter.
Slumber on the North fan.
Vernon Adams looks deep to Javon Catoy, has him behind coverage. Catoy breaks the tackle inside the 5. Catoy scores!
Catoy with a nice stiff arm on Winston Rose. Adams threw for over 250 yards in the first half alone. It's 17-3 Lions. Okay, let's check in on the Bombers offense. Still before the half, Zach Caleros to Janarian Grant. It's an 11-yard score. The Bombers down 20-10 at the break, but they are feeling confident.
Full advantage of the speed.
Oh, yeah, this is CFL. You know, it's never out of reach, and 10 points isn't anything to us. So, like I said, we just got to go out there and execute and be consistent. We'll be all right.
Funny to hear those words now, isn't it? Bombers trying to mount a comeback. They're down by 7 in the fourth quarter. Kolaros spins right into Matthew Betts. Ball comes loose. The Ryans recover, and Kolaros would be okay, but he thought it was a helmet-to-helmet hit. Winnipeg gets the ball back with 7 minutes to go. Still down by 7. Kolaros under pressure again, and it's another fumble. Sione to Hema. Recovers and returns it into Bomber territory. Kolaros with 2 fumbles in the fourth quarter. So now the line's up by 3 with 2 minutes to go. Davis in for short yardage, and he gets stuffed on 3rd and 1. So the Bombers get the ball back. They drive down the field. Sergio Castillo with the short field goal to tie the game at 26. Okay, so now we've got 8 seconds to play. Adams to Dominic Rhymes, breaks the tackle, trying to score the game-winning TD of the final play of regulation, but he stopped short. It was so close to a dramatic touchdown. Oh, but it is the Bombers who force overtime. Tied at 26 apiece. Zach Kolaros to Brady Oliveira, and he scores the touchdown for the Bombers in overtime. Bombers would also convert for a 2-point conversion. Now here are the lines, 3rd and 18. Vernon Adams Jr. trying to do everything in this last chance, but that play gets broken up, and it is Winnipeg who goes on to win this one 34-26. Now, Zach Kolaros has thrown for over 300 yards in 3 of his last 4 games, while Vernon Adams Jr. has thrown for over 300 yards in 7 of his last 8 games. This was such a great matchup between the 2 teams. Of course, it went into overtime. And with more on this game, let's go to Kate Burness and the panel.
And alongside David Sanchez, Paul LaPolice, Milt Stiegel, sometimes we pump up games and they don't quite live up to expectation. This one not only met the hype, it exceeded it. It was incredible. Well, I guess if you're not a BC Lions fan, because it looks great in the first half and then all changed in the second half. So let's just take a look at the standings first before we break this one down. But with Winnipeg winning this game, they are now the game up. They own the tiebreaker. If BC has any shot of hosting the West Final, they have to go 2-0 down the stretch, and the Bombers have to go 0-2, which we know is probably unlikely. So it looks like the West will roll through Winnipeg. Let's start with the end of the game, because Dominique Rhymes had an opportunity to go down. There was still time on the clock. Sean White would have had to make the field goal, but he's great. He probably would have done it. But instead, the clock runs out. We go to overtime. We all know what happens, Milt.
Yeah, and you never want to say one play lost the game. You never want to say that. I mean, offensively, this team, BC Lions, in the second half, where they were pretty bad, only had 53 yards before this Dominique Rhymes play. But this is a play that could have given an opportunity to win the game. And you just have to understand the situation. I know you want to be a superhero. I understand that you want to make the touchdown is going to win the game. But you also have to understand you don't need a touchdown to win the game. You actually don't need a field goal. You just need 1 point. You have one of the best field goal kickers in CFL history. Put your team in a situation to win the game. You had a great opportunity right there, Dominique Rhymes, and you let it slip away. It's not all on you, but your team had a chance right there, and you didn't allow it to happen because you were trying to score a touchdown you did not need. I'm sick for the young man. I know he's going to be brokenhearted, but you just have to understand that's tough.
Can I say one thing about that real fast? One thing about that is if he caught an out route with 9, and I agree with you, first of all, you should have went down. If he catches an out route and goes out of bounds, he's aware of just catches the ball, goes out of bounds. He's trying to break a tackle, and when he breaks the tackle, at that point, he probably got a little discombobulated with the clock. So I will say that. He should have went down.
That's a weak excuse.
It's not an excuse. I'm just telling you what it is.
Well,
that's what it is. He's breaking a tackle.
Here's what I would say has to happen is there's 12 guys in the huddle. Everybody in that huddle, the coaches should be all telling them, hey, after we catch this ball, get down, get down, get down. Get us in field position. You get a big pass, get down so we can kick. Time is more important than yardage in that situation. They got to make sure that communication. But let's talk about a couple of things. Winnipeg's offense in the second half had 270 yards of offense. They did an outstanding job. BC's defense, they made some incredible stops by taking the ball away. Tahoma runs the ball all the way to get in field goal range. But I'll tell you, Winnipeg defense and Richie Hall, 53 yards for BC's offense in the second half.
In a game of this magnitude, a championship team, a championship OC in Buck Pierce, MOP quarterback in Zach. They were in their bag in the fourth quarter. It was a two-man game with Brady O and Zach. RPO, Zach pulling, RPO handoff. They were in their bag. They absolutely dominated the Lions defense, and it was, look, we got two MOP, two guys at the top of the MOP race. A team that's been dominant. They show why.
Huge stuff.
And I do agree with you. He should have went down.
I know where
he
you're
was
coming
fighting.
from. I know where you're coming from.
The chance they had that was because the Bombers' defense stopped them on 3rd and 1 too, right? The 3rd and 1 stop was huge to give them that chance to get the ball back.
All I know, obviously disappointing for the BC Lions fans, thrilling for the Winnipeg Blue Bomber fans.
Yes.
And here will be the great part if we get to see them again in the West Final, because that will be epic. A fourth and final meeting.
I'm worn out right now.
I'm exhausted as well.
Great game.
Sports Center.
New on SC, Blake Price with Zach Collaros.
That was a CFL game of all CFL games. Tell us about the final moments of that one.
Just happy to get out of here with a win. It's a great football team. We made a lot of mistakes there. I made a lot of mistakes, but we kept believing in each other and rallied and got it done.
Could you hear the Bombers fans there in overtime?
Yeah, they were amazing here. Look at all that blue. They're the first people in here tonight. It was amazing.
What does this say about this team's ability to get back to the dance and win the big games?
I don't know. I mean, it just we got a group that believes in each other. That's all I know. And it's one game at a time. Every game matters, obviously. The magnitude of this one is what it was. And again, it's a great football team here in BC.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks.
New on SC, Blake Price is now with Brady Oliveira.
Brady, what do you say about the resilience of this team after you had to battle through that first half?
Yeah, we fought, man. We're a resilient group. We battled. The message all week, after last game against Toronto, Wally broke us down and, just told us about, having belief the entire time on the bench. Believe. When everyone believes, the whole locker room believes, it's a thing of beauty, it's a thing of power. And we just reminded ourselves today, it was a tight game, we knew it would be a battle, and just having that belief and that good energy throughout the game. And we just kept echoing that in the huddle, and we believed and we battled, and we fought till the end.
It seemed as Brady Oliveira went, so did the team. You were stymied a little bit in the first, especially along the ground. You went to the air for yourself, and then the running game came along as well.
Yeah, I mean, I want to help this team win football games by any means necessary. Whatever they ask of me, we talked earlier, whether that's, 20 touches or 10 touches. I'm going to give it my absolute all. I'm going to go balls to the wall and lay my body in the line for these guys. I love these. These are my brothers. And I'm going to battle the entire game for them each and every time.
Is that a good test for a championship game?
Absolutely. We knew it was going to be a grind, and I think that just shows, the league, it's going to be a good West Final coming November.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Chad Kelly and the East Leading Argos hosting the Edmonton Elks on Friday. Toronto celebrating its 150-year anniversary on Friday. Pre-game, former Argos kicker Noel Prefontaine, Lance Chomick, and Hank Ilisic doing a ceremonial kickoff to Chad Owens, Pinball Clemens, and Rocket Ishmael. And in the three kicking legends kickoff to the three great returners, the six Argo great combined for 12 Grey Cups as players, coaches, and executives. Pinball has 5 of those, by the way. Outstanding. Chad Kelly back in the lineup after resting last week against the Bombers early first quarter. Kelly hits David Unger on the sideline for a gain of 20. Kelly comes into the game in third in touchdowns and fourth in passing yards. Now on the goal line, and Cameron Dukes punches in the sneak. Dukes had a pair of scores in his first career start last week in Winnipeg. 7-zip Toronto. Niagara. Toronto, Ontario's Trey Ford.
4 receivers to the right. Ford running out of time again. He's on the run. Nowhere to go, but he still gets rid of it into the end zone. Touchdown.
It's showtime.
Brilliant.
What a play for Trey Ford in front of his dad, Robert. Ford to Victoria, BC's Gavin Cobb for Cobb's first career score. The Elks need a win to keep pace with the Riders for the last West playoff spot. Oh, yeah. Always happy there. Now 21-11 in the third. Ford is picked off by Winton McManus, and the 2022 All-Star takes it all the way back for an 83-yard pick six. Ford threw for 220 yards with 2 picks and was sacked 5 times. The Argos improved to 13-2, including 8-0 at home. They take it 35-12. And here's a look at the odds for the rest of the Week 18 in the CFL, courtesy of FanDuel. On Saturday night, it's the Rough Riders hosting the Tiger Cats as slight favorites. The game total has gone under in 9 straight meetings. Then it's a matinee between the Alouettes and Red Blacks on Thanksgiving Monday. Montreal a 6.5-point favorite for that game.